Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. How's it going, guys? And so, yeah, we've got the Birmingham Stallions versus the Tampa Bay Bandits here. And so, in the season final here, last game of the regular season for these two teams here, obviously, for the Birmingham Stallions, they have the playoffs to look forward to. But for Tampa Bay, this is their final game here at 4-5. Can they finish 5-5 or not? We'll find out. But the Bandits right now, with the football first, going to have the guy go in motion here. Going to have four receivers and a tight end. Quick pass there to the receiver on the outside. Looks to make a guy miss. Gets brought down by the defender there. And he's going to pick up about a yard in the place. Now we got 2nd and 9 coming up here at the Tampa Bay 36-yard line coming up here for the offense. Again, pretty much to recap what this Tampa Bay Bandits season has looked like, it's been a roller coaster of a year. It's pretty much been win-lose, win-lose has been the scenario here. So we'll see how they come out here in this one. But here we go. Two receivers, a tight end, and a back in the backfield. Going to hand it to the back off the left side, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard in the play. So we got 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 8 coming up. Ball right now at Tampa Bay's 38-yard line. And meanwhile, for the Stallions, definitely want to bounce back from last week's disappointing loss there, in which they were obviously so close to trying to put together the perfect season here. But still, right now, they're currently at 8-1. They want to finish this year on a good note here and come into the playoffs 9-1. We'll see. But right now, shotgun formation for Tampa Bay. Bandits with it. Meanwhile, Stallions showing pressure. Stallions send 5. Bandits looking, throw it. Ball gets tipped, looks like, and it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. So 4th down coming up. So that time you look, Jordan Teamu had to throw it there, but it went right to the defensive lineman there who batted it down, and it was an incomplete pass. All right, so the Bandits opt to punt the ball here. Let's see if we get a return here by the Stallions. So the ball is taking a Bandits bounce, and they will get it at the 9-yard line. So that is where the Birmingham Stallions will take over for their first possession of the game from their own 9-yard line. And we will see how this game progresses here. But definitely Jamar Smith right now is going to be coming in looking to just, you want to finish on a high note here. So we'll see the type of control that he has in this one. And so, old man, what's good with you? What's good with you? And you say, what's good, JB? And so, definitely going to be watching my Stallions here to make sure that we look good in this one in the season final, and then get ready for playoffs next week. So, definitely looking forward to that. But how are you doing? Meanwhile, we've got shotgun here. 3 receivers towards the bottom of the formation here. Going to hand it to the back. And the back looking for somewhere to go. And he's brought down roughly by the linebacker on that one. Picks up about a yard in the carry there. We got 2nd down coming up. Again, the Stallions taking over from their own 10-yard line right now. All right, so we got 2nd down coming up. Going to be in the shotgun formation again. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back here. Bandits, they are showing pressure on the outside. Takes a snap, low snap, hands it to the back, and the back is brought down. He loses a yard. So now we got 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 10 coming up. Again, I mentioned earlier when it comes to what Tampa Bay has done this season, they've been pretty much up and down. I mean, their record pretty much shows the inconsistency at 4-5. But this is an opportunity here to end on a high note and try to finish at 500. We'll see if they'll be able to put it together. All right, but here we go. So the shotgun formation. This time the back's going to go in motion here. Smith going to throw it across the middle and is caught by his wide receiver, and a 1st down. New set of downs to work with from their own 25-yard line. Let's see, old man says, same old same. Just waiting for this MRI to get approved. Then I will find out if I need surgery or just shots and therapy. And so definitely hope that you find that out very soon. Definitely hoping good news, though, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. But glad to hear that all is going well. All right, so following the 1st down here, Shotgun formation again. You've got four receivers and a running back here. Five wide. Going to take the snap. Smith throws it. And the ball's deflected there by the defensive end for the Bandits. Reeves there with the deflection. Second down coming up. And so that time he threw it. The ball was kind of low, and the defender went up there and knocked it down. So we got second down coming up here. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, here goes Smith again in the shotgun. Got three receivers towards the bottom of the screen and a receiver towards the top here. So four receivers on the play. Shotgun formation. Bandits line up with four guys in the line. Take the snap. Somebody had an early jump on that one, and that's going to be a penalty right there. They hand it up the middle, and that picks up about a yard or two, but the penalty should give them at least replay that second down and make it 2nd and 5. I will say this, old man, when it came to Golden State versus Boston, we did not end up getting the game 7 that we were hoping for. I mean, Golden State said, why 7 when you can do it in 6? And so here we go, 2nd and 5. Again, here in the first quarter with about 10 minutes to go. Stallions here. This is their first possession of the game. Lining up in the shotgun here. You've got about four receivers on the play. Defense trying to send pressure here. Smith has time. Going to throw it to the back here. In the back, utilize his blockers there. Takes it all the way to the 42-yard line. And that's going to be a first down here for Bo Scarborough and the Birmingham Stallions. It was a screen play. It was executed right, and by the time the defensive lineman read it, it was too late. Nothing he could do about it. All right, so here we go. High snap, fakes it to the back here. Smith looking. Smith going to go deep. Overthrows everybody on the play. That's going to be incomplete. That time put a little bit too much arm on it. And let's see. Old man says, yeah, Golden State showed up to win. Boston needs to get better at their bench. And so it honestly felt like the moment just, I don't know, they played like they were fatigued. But one thing they got to do, I mean, for the starters, stop turning the ball over. You know, they can't be having Butterfingers out there. Can't be turning the ball over left and right. And I mean, they definitely needed a veteran out there who had experience, I feel like. And so meanwhile, oh man, what a risky pass there by the Stallions. That one was almost picked off. Smith, you've got to get it together. We're late in the season here, and he almost threw a pick that would have probably been a pick 6 potentially. That time you see extremely low snap, had to pick it up off the ground there, and then he almost fell to the ground on that pass that was nearly picked off. Matter of fact, I'm not 100% sure that he got that pass off before that knee hit the ground there, but either way, that was a poor executed play right there by the Stallions. All right, but here we go. Got to hurry up here. 2 seconds here on the play clock. Takes a snap out of the shotgun. Defense sending pressure. He steps up, avoids it, and he throws the pick this time. He throws the pick this time. What is going on? Are the Stallions running on E at this point of the season? Wow. That time you've had Smith. He stepped up there and he threw it directly to the linebacker. You could not have thrown a better pass unless you were Baker Mayfield himself to the defender. It was just terrible. Wow. So Stallions turn the ball over, and that's going to help the Tampa Bay Bandits here with field possession. And when we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bandits here at the Birmingham 45-yard line. But wow, what a terrible pass that was by Smith on that one. That is a play that you just cannot make. I mean, the sad part is he almost threw a pick the play before. But again, right now we're currently at the commercial off of that turnover. But it is the first quarter with about 7 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. And off of that turnover here, when we come back, it'll be Tampa Bay's football here with their second possession of the game. As the old man says, I didn't know Baker got traded to the Stallions. And so it seems like some type of mid-season trade here. I mean, still getting paid, though, by Cleveland regardless. But it seems that way. I mean, he's throwing it right to him. Throwing it right to him. Absolutely. But now, I mean, we're at the point now where thankfully we do have the USFL, and so that will carry us on to the next like 2 weeks with the playoffs coming up. But we're at that point now where we're really itching for the NFL and college football to come back. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of basketball news and stuff like that to cover. But man, like we're really getting closer and closer to the point where we're going to be like, is it football season yet? But again, we're still right now currently at the commercial right now. And again, this is the final week of the season. And on the season, Birmingham 8-1 on the season, obviously picking up their first loss last week there, and so they're trying to bounce back here. But right now, Jamar Smith threw that last interception, and he's got to get it together. He has got to get it together right now. This is not the time where you want to go into the playoffs not playing your best football right now. This is where you want to be peaking at your best. But here we go. So now we're back to the action here. Tampa Bay gonna take the snap, fakes it to the back. Lyman falls at his feet, but Jordan Ta'amu is unfazed by it. He's going to run. Will he get past the linebacker? Gets pushed out of bounds there. Picks up about 2 yards before taking out someone on the sideline there. And so Jordan's getting up, though. He seems to be okay on that. Second down coming up. Second and about 7. So that time able to use his feet there. He uses his feet very well to try to extend plays and even run when he has to. Took out the guy on the sideline. But here we go. Second and 7 coming up, guys. Again, we're here in the first quarter with about 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go here. And so Tampa Bay here with the football fresh off the turnover. Can they capitalize and get points here? All right, going to line up in a shotgun here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Jordan with it. Hands it to the back, up the middle, and the back falls forward. Picks up about 2 yards in the play. Now we got 3rd and 5 coming up here at the Birmingham 39-yard line. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. It was Washington, the running back, on the carry. And so, Alexis, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope all is well, but how are you doing? And what music are you working on today? All right, we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. Shotgun again. Defense has 4 guys. They're sending at him. Takes a snap, looking. Throws it to the receiver who catches it. Lowers his shoulder there. Takes it all the way to the 26-yard line. So we got 1st and 10 for the Tampa Bay Bandits at the 26-yard line. And that time, they found the tight end there. Ran a simple out route that time. And that time linebacker's playing zone, so he found the opening in the zone and got it to him for the first. So now we've got 1st and 10 coming up. Again, here in the first quarter with about 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Going to line up in a shotgun again. This time, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Takes a snap. Throws to the back out the backfield. Got to make somebody miss there. Falls forward, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on that play. Washington, the back out the backfield that time. So now we got 2nd down coming up. Again, here in the first with about 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go. This is Tampa Bay's 2nd possession of the game right now, and the score is still 0-0. But Tampa Bay now is trying to be the first to get some points in this one. All right, this time we got a receiver going in motion. Takes a snap here. Hands it to the back off the left side. Tries to split defenders. They're going to bring him down after he picks up 2 yards. So now we got 3rd and 5 coming up. So 3rd and 5, still third and manageable coming up here. We know how Jordan Taylor how he can get on the move, and so I definitely expect him to utilize his legs here on 3rd and 5 coming up here to make it happen if need be. Again, right now they're at the 21-yard line of the Stallions here, so 21 yards away from getting in the end zone. All right, so here we go in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Going to take the snap. They're going to hand it to the back here, the back. Trying to find some room there. Nothing there. Could not get back to the line of scrimmage even. He lost 2 yards on the play. So 4th down's coming up. That time the Stallions were ready for it. They shut it down. Looks like Tampa Bay is going to roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down. I cannot blame them, though. Going to try to make something happen here. You want to capitalize and get some points when your defense gets your turnovers and puts you in a good position. So let's see if they can convert here on 4th down. On the season, they're 8 of 19 on the season. See if it goes in motion. Now they've got trips towards the bottom of the formation. Going to take the snap here. Jordan's looking. Jordan feels the pressure. There's about 3 guys on him. He's going down. Never had a chance. And they get him for the sack there. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. So that time you look at the play here. So Jordan tried to step up there to give them some extra time. But honestly, the defense just came through. I see the ball was out there. But either way, it's going to be Stallions football when we come back from the commercial here. But in the first quarter, about 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go. So neither team has scored so far here, but this will be the Stallions' second possession with the football. And so far in this game, though, Jordan Tayamu, he is 3 of 4 out there passing so far for 18 yards so far in this one. He's also got 1 carry for 3 yards so far. You look at what Washington has done so far in this one, 3 carries for a yard, so they pretty much bottled him up. He has 1 reception for 4 yards as well out of the backfield. Receiving wise, Hampton's got you 1 catch for 13 yards so far for the Bandits. And looking at so far what has been done so far by the Stallions. Obviously, when it came to Smith, he's 2 of 6 so far out there, but they've only had the ball 1 time, 26 yards. But he did throw a pick, and that's what ended the drive. And Bo Scarborough, he had 2 carries for pretty much no yards so far in this one. So yeah, when it comes to what's taking place so far in this one, I mean, obviously the Stallions, they turned the ball over that last time, but the defense rose to the occasion there, got the stop. Tampa Bay, they rolled the dice. They say, why not? What do we have to lose? And so they did not convert there. So we will see what the Stallions do on this here drive coming up. All right, looks like we're about to get back to the action here, but now's a good reminder that if you have not done so already, make sure that you guys press the thumbs up button. And also, if you're someone that's new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. But here we go, getting ready to get to the action here. The Birmingham Stallions, fresh off of that 4th down stop. Let's see, can they get the first points of the game here and pretty much right the ship from what happened last week, as they're going to need to walk into the playoffs here with some positive momentum at this point. You want to make sure that you're feeling great and confident about everything. Especially, we know right now, record-wise, 8-1, we get that. But definitely got to go in there on a positive note. All right, here we go, guys. 5 seconds here on the play clock for the Stallions. Got to get the snap on the way. Going to take the snap. High snap. Smith throws it. And it's caught by a wide open right receiver who's still running at the 50, the 40, the 30. Pushed out of bounds within the 30. And so let's see exactly where they mark it at. But that time, it was an excellent play call on that one. The defender opted to stay with the short right receiver, which left him wide open up the stream, taking it all the way to about the 25-yard line. So, wow, what a play. All right, so here we go. Going to line up in a shotgun again. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Smith takes a snap that time, a pretty good snap. Hands it to the back, up the middle, and he's going to pick up about a good 4 or 5 yards on that carry. Got 2nd and 5 coming up again here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. I will say this for Smith. 1 second the snap is coming off the ground. The next second the snap is coming way up in the air. And so Smith has had to work when it comes to just getting the snap. And so that is certainly something that they're going to have to keep an eye out for the rest of the way. You cannot have a bad snap cost you a turnover or even yards. Takes a snap there, going to hand it to the back, and so the back is met immediately, but the ball is on the ground. The ball is on the ground, and that's going to be another turnover for the Stallions. And so that time the defense was already in the backfield. Offensive line having some major problems here. These are not the kind of problems you want to have at this point of the season here. Matter of fact, that time they just could never get the handoff correct, and so couldn't get in the breadbasket. He saw a D lineman coming straight at him and took his eyes off the ball. And so, wow, turnover. Let's see. Old man says, JB, a lot of people, media, have been saying if Patriots are in playoff hunt, OBJ might join as a 1 or 2 year deal around November. And so, I mean, he needs, if that's the case, he needs to be there now, building chemistry now and stuff like that. Don't try to do the whole like he did last year. Wait and see who's going to be the good team before you join. If you're going to be a part of it, join now. Be a part of it now. Let's see. Old man says that O-line trying to get that quarterback running back hurt, and so they are doing their best. That's for sure. They are doing their best. But again, right now we are currently here at the commercial as we have another turnover here that stalled what was looking like a pretty good drive so far from the Birmingham Stallions. But that one came to an end as well in the turnover. So 2 turnovers on 2 drives here for the Stallions. And from a Stallion fan right now, this has me highly concerned. Highly concerned. And again, right now we're currently at the commercial here, but we are in the first quarter with about 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. And right now when we come back, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Bandits with the football here. Defense has been playing big in this one, creating opportunities, taking advantage of opportunities. Right now, it's on the offense. Jordan Ta'amu and company, they've got to put some points on the board, take advantage of the mistakes the Stallions are making right now. And again, we're still right now currently awaiting to come back from the commercial. And again, neither team has scored, but the Stallions, they've turned the ball over twice so far in this one. All right, here we go. So here goes the Bandits here. Going to take the snap here. Looking, throws it across the middle to the tight end there. Short gain on the play. It's going to be about 2nd and 8 coming up. So this time they opted to put in Brady White here at quarterback. See how he can make this offense flow here. Again, the offense, they've got to find a way to get some points here. But here we go. Lines up in a shotgun again. Tight end's going to go in motion. Takes a snap here. Going to hand it to the back. And the back off the left side picks up about a good 2 yards in the play. So we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. 3rd down coming up. That was running back Mentor on the carry. Again, we're still in the first quarter here with about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. And line up in a shotgun again. White at quarterback here. Going to take the snap here. Stallions sending 5. And it is incomplete. Incomplete. He had a receiver there. Let him a little bit too much on the play. Incomplete. That time though, the Stallions they sent four, but they sent the fifth guy who was coming off a delayed blitz on that one. But quarterback got it out quickly enough, but accuracy wasn't there on the play, so incomplete. Fourth down coming up here. So that's second time here where the Stallions defense has bailed out their offense and the mistakes here. Offense has got to get it together right now. All right, punt is on the way. And so he catches the punt and brought down immediately on that play. And so he's at the 29-yard line of the Birmingham Stallions, and that's where they're going to take over first and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Again on the season, 8-1 on the season for the Birmingham Stallions, but fresh off a loss there, so they certainly want to get back in the W category here before playoffs start next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, though, this is their season final right here, and they want to finish at 500 on the season. But again, now is a good time if you have not done so already to let me know which team you're rooting for in this one. Are you rooting for the Birmingham Stallions? Or are you rooting for the Tampa Bay Bandits? Let me know, and also be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. But again, we're currently right now at the commercial. Let's see. So far, though, while we're currently at the commercial, look at what Smith has done so far for the Stallions. 3 of 7 passing right now, 72 yards. He has a pick, and then obviously, you had Bo Scarborough. He fumbled the ball earlier in this one as well. So, yeah. So right now, the Stallions, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now. They have got to find a way to stop turning the ball over. I feel like if they can stop turning the ball over, the offense can get some momentum and get some points on the board. But right now, they are struggling to just hold on to the football at this point. Let's see. Old man says he's going for the Stallions in this one. So I am not alone here. He's rooting for the Stallions in this one. Okay, nice, nice, nice. All right, so we are about to return back to the action here shortly. And we'll see what Birmingham does on their third possession of the game here offensively. Can they not turn the ball over this time and actually get some points here and give us our first points of the game? Because right now we are all 0-0 so far in this one with just 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation here for the Stallions. Smith still in there, quarterback. Going to take the snap there, fakes to the back. Looking. Feels the pressure, throws it incomplete. Incomplete. Something tells me if he was not hit on that play, he probably was going to throw a pick on that one. All I've seen was Bandit defenders around the ball. And so Smith looked like he's going to come out here. Not sure if he lost the contact or something. And so, Braden, what's good? Braden, congratulations on your world championship for your Warriors, man. Congrats for that, man. I know that you're still probably partying right now, still celebrating, probably still trolling people on Twitter, Facebook, IG, all the above, and then some. But yeah, how does it feel to have Golden State bring home another championship? It's been a minute. Meanwhile, Stallion's going to take the snap here, and quarterback going to keep it himself here after the slide. And so we got third down coming up here. So third down coming up here. Maybe a switch at quarterback is exactly what they needed. But yeah, glad to have you here, Braden. So that's going to conclude the first quarter, guys. At the end of the first quarter, it's still 0-0 here. And so Stallions here with the football right now. But can they get it in the end zone here or get some points and not turn the ball over. Each time they've had it so far, they've turned the ball over so far. But lucky for them, defensively though, they've been able to keep the Bandits from being able to take advantage of the turnovers. But again, 1 quarter in the books here. No team has scored, but when we get back, it'll still be Birmingham Stallions football. So far, though, as a team, Stallions right now they have 9 yards rushing so far in this one. So they really haven't had much in terms of running the ball. In this one, it's all been through the air. But even then, when you turn the ball over, it's gonna hurt you. You cannot go out there and turn it over. They had an interception, had a fumble, and so you've got to protect the football. Got to. Meanwhile, for the Bandits, though, I mean, Jordan Tamuli's 3 of 4 out there, 18 passing yards. Meanwhile, for White, he's 1 of 2 out there for 3 passing yards. As a team, 6 carries for 8 yards. So neither team really getting it done on the ground so far in this one. And of course, just a reminder that next weekend will be the start of the playoffs here in the USFL. And so, certainly going to be excited to see how that's going to play. But right now, I have some high concerns for my Stallions because if we turn the ball over like this in the playoffs, it is going to cost us dearly. And so, we started off so good, too. We have got to find a way to get back on it here. I was hoping that last week's loss would be an eye opener here and that we go out there, come out with a vengeance today. But I'm still waiting on that vengeance to kick in. And let's see, Braden says, feels great, JB. I actually started a war on ESPN's comment section because I said Steph Curry is one of the greatest to ever do it in the NBA. And so I immediately, the day after, I was waiting to see what Skip Bayless was going to say to try to debunk and try to, take away from what the Warriors did and stuff like that. Because honestly, at this point, I mean, everything you said about him, I mean, he went out there, got to the Finals MVP. That's what Skip was trying to, hold against him and stuff like that. And so you got to give credit where credit's at. He's done it before. He's done it with. He's done it after Kevin Durant. So I mean, what else you want the man to do? He's gone out there and shown you. He can get your MVP regular season, get your Finals MVP. I mean, he did not have to leave the team to do it. They revamped, retooled. Just built around the core. But here you go, quick pass there to the receiver, and he picks up a couple yards there, but not enough to come close to the first down there. So you got fourth down coming up, fourth and about 2. Meanwhile, for Smith, still getting this. I'm not sure if he got a scratch on his eye or if it's contact, but they sure are zooming in right now in his eye. All right, but we got fourth down coming up here for the Stallions, and it looks like they're going to opt to go ahead and punt the ball here. And let's see. Old man says, man, JB, people was going crazy yesterday. They really thought Patriots signed another running back when it's the center and not running back. I know people were going crazy because I made that mistake at first. Oh, man, at first glance, I really made that mistake myself. And so absolutely. But here we go. Let's see. Braden says, I saw what Skip said, and it was a bunch of excuses as usual, LOL. So, yeah, I don't like that. I feel like I get it first for the sake of debating and stuff like that. But once it happened, you can't just dismiss it because you don't like a player's play style. I feel like that's what it comes down to. He doesn't like a player's play style or just a player's build. He's never going to give the small guy credit. He's never going to give the small guy credit. If you're not big, basically, if you're not someone that played back in the 90s, he's not going to give you your due at this point, unless you're Tom, in which it feels like Tom has been playing since the 90s, even though I know it's been the early 2000s, but still, Skip's just not going to give you your due. Let's see. Old man says Curry is on if the best player of all time, and when all said and done, he could be the best point guard of all time. And so That's a bold statement right there. Best point guard of all time. That's a bold one. But hey, if he keeps doing what he's doing, it's going to be tough to argue that. I mean, because of what he can mean for you offensively. Think about it. You have a point guard with that kind of range, it opens so much else up for the rest of them. That's a great point right there. Great point right there. And so, I mean, if you ask me historically, who would I want to run the point for me? I mean, I'd probably tell you, well, if I can, AI is probably the guy that I'm looking at, to run that point. But I know he can be the one, he can be the two. I just view him as a pure guard in that sense. But hey, I mean, you get a guy like Steph with the range that he brings, everyone else is going to be open. They're going to be open. The big men rolling off of a pick like that. Imagine, like prime Shaq being on this team, and then you got to make a decision. Do you stop Steph from the 3-point line, or do you stop Shaq from getting to the basket? Imagine a combo like that. That would be insane. And so, but yeah, let's see. Old man says one if my phone messed up, and so Braden says agreed, old man. And so yeah, but again, right now we're currently at the commercial right now, guys. So we're not missing any of the action right now. We are at the commercial currently right now. But when we come back, it's going to be Tampa Bay Bandits with the football here in the second quarter with about 14 minutes and a second to go, and Tampa Bay will be taking over from their own 17-yard line. Let's see. Braden says, I think Magic Johnson is the only point guard ahead of him. Let's see. Old man says, I still have Magic as the best point guard as of right now, though. And so, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. So getting back to the action here. Again, we are in the second quarter with 14 minutes to go in the second quarter. Neither team has scored now, but Tampa Bay here with the football again. Both defenses have been playing pretty good in this one. All right, running back moves to the other side here. Going to take the snap. High snap. White throws it there to the tight end. Tight end gets the first down. Okay. 11 yards on that catch. So now we got a 1st and 10 here at the Tampa Bay 29-yard line. All right, tight end goes in motion here. Takes a snap, gonna fake it to the back. Quarterback keeps it himself and falls forward for about a good 2-3 yards on that one. So we got 2nd and 7 coming up here at the 32-yard line here of the Bandits. All right, so here we go, guys. Shotgun formation here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and a running back here. Takes a snap. Defense sending pressure, but the offensive line picks it up that time, and he tried to throw it to the tight end, but tight end had 2 guys on him. So a risky pass for what would have been about a 2-yard pickup there, but it was incomplete. So 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 8, and let's see what the Bandits draw up here. So who do you guys have winning the entire playoffs? Since we pretty much already know how the playoff bracket is going to be set up, who do you guys have winning the entire playoffs here in the USFL? Meanwhile, that pass there, incomplete. Again to the tight end, O'Grady. And now we got 4th down coming up. 4th and 8 coming up here. And once again, the Stallions are going to have to punt the ball here. So a lot of defense in this one. Punt is on the way. Let's see if we get a return here. All right, so now we've got the Stallions are going to be taking over with it, and it's going to be from their own 9-yard line. So can they put it together here? Can they finally put it together? Let's see. Braden says the Breakers, but I'm biased. LOL. And so, hey, you asked me, I'm gonna say the Stallions because of my biasism as well. And so, I feel like it's only natural to say that. But right now, the way that we're playing, though, I find that hard to believe. I mean, honestly, if we're playing like this offensively, I could see us getting put out next week. We have got to find a way offensively to get better than what we have put up there lately because the product that we're putting out there, nobody's buying right now. But the question I have now for you guys is tell me, historically speaking, from any part of the NFL history, give me your top three ever NFL head coaches and rank them. Rank them from who's the best, second best, and third best. Your top three NFL head coaches of all time. Doesn't matter if they're still coaching or not, of all time. But again, right now we are currently at the commercial right now. Once again, and so the question so far in this one is who's going to score the first points here, and or will someone score at this point? But yeah, again, the question that I posed is your top three NFL coaches of all time. Let me know who you got at the top of the mountain, second and third for your top three NFL head coaches of all time. But here we go, getting ready to get back to the action here. Stallions here are going to be taking over here from their own 10-yard line. Out of the shotgun, takes a snap here, hands it to the back up the middle, runs into a defender there, and there is a penalty being thrown here. So a penalty already here. And so running back looks to have gained maybe a yard, but let's see what the penalty is going to be. All right, so let's see. Braden says at number one, he's got Bill Belichick. And so 80s would hate this list right here if you started off with Bill Belichick. But he's got Bill Belichick one, he's got Vince Lombardi at two, and he's got Chuck Noll at three. I like it. I like it. Good old Chuck Noll. I like it. I thought Bill Belichick. I thought Vince Lombardi. I personally though, I had Vince Lombardi one. I had Bill Belichick two, and at number three, I was thinking. I was really. I wasn't sure yet for three. I was still thinking on three, and so I needed to justify my response there because I was going to go with the late John Madden. I was going to go with him at three. But I think I might need to still think about that three spot for now. But Chuck Knows is a great response there. But meanwhile, we have a first down here for the Stallions. Can they get this offense cranked up and right the ship? All right, here we go. Shotgun formation again. This time we got four wide receivers on the play. Running back goes in motion here. Takes a snap. Defense sending forward. Quarterback moving around, looking. Try to dump it there to the receiver, but not going to happen there as Reeves once again gets up and deflects a pass. He had one early in the first quarter, and now he's got a second one here in the second quarter. All right, here we go again. We're here in the second quarter, about 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Takes a snap, pump fakes, hands it to the back on the draw, and he's picks up about a good 2 yards in the play. Now we got third down coming up, 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Stallions from their own 23-yard line right now. And McGough's in there at quarterback. All right, let's see. So old man says at number 1, he's also got Bill Belichick. At 2, he's got Bill Walsh. And at 3, he's got Bill Parcells. Very interesting. Bill Parcells at number 3. You know what? Every time I think about the Big Tuna, everywhere he's went, there was success, regardless of his involvement as head coach or just in the organization. He did find some ways to have a lot of success. One of the most underrated coaches of all time. And they throw to the back out the backfield there, and that's going to be a pickup of about a good, let's see, 8 yards in the play. Is it enough for the first? But yeah, I mean, great list, great list. There's so many great coaches that you can think of, honestly. All right, but here we go. We've got out of the shotgun formation, trips towards the top of the formation here, one receiver towards the bottom. Low snap there, faked it to the back, kept it himself, and he ran up the middle there to pick up about a good 4 yards on the carry. Got second down coming up. Let's see, Braden says, old man loves his Bills, just not Buffalo. I like what you did with that one. Like what you did with that one. But most definitely, I mean, I got a lot of respect for Bill Parcells as well. A lot of respect for Bill Parcells. I feel like Bill Parcells, not only is Bill Parcells a great coach, he was a great mentor to other coaches as well. Whether we're talking guys like Bill Belichick, whether we're talking guys like Sean Payton, he just was not just a great coach. He also taught other coaches how to be great as well. And that's something that not a lot of coaches have had success doing. Being able to have other guys, branch off of them and be able to, have the success that they had. And so that tells me that Bill Parcells, he wasn't just a great coach of players. He was a great coach amongst leaders as well. And so old man says, you could even say without Bill Parcells, there's no Bill Belichick and a lot of other head coaches. And so, yeah, more so like I alluded to there, absolutely. He was a great teacher, not just to players, but to other coaches as well. And that's an underrated trait right there. If you can teach other men how to coach and stuff like that, I mean, imagine if your players are learning from their position coaches at the same level of what they're learning from you. Speaking of learning, seems like Birmingham still hasn't learned to protect the football here as the ball was loose. Luckily, their quarterback recovered it, but man, what is going on here with the Stallions here? Let's see, another failed handoff here. That time he tried to pull it back. Running back said, nope. You put the ball there, it stays there, and that time they lost the ball here. You've got to clean this stuff up this week. Let's see, old man says, Braden, that's right. All right, takes a snap, looking, throws it, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. So now you got third down coming up, 3rd and 12 coming up. Again, we're here in the second quarter, about 7 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Neither team has scored, but there is a guy that's currently down right now for the Bandits, and he looks like he's in some pain right now, some real pain right now. Travis Feeney, 6'4", 240 pounds, went to school at Washington. All right, but so while they're currently tending to him, I will ask another question for you guys here. So, in terms of just purely from a playbook perspective, who's a head coach, either now or even in the past, that if you could, let's just say on Madden, if you could play with their playbook, you'd be like, okay, this is a coach that I want to utilize the playbook that they use because they're just a great, like whether it's an offensive playbook, defensive playbook, whatever your preference is, but just a coach that just has a tremendous playbook that if you were playing Madden, you'd be like, you know what, I want this coach playbook right here because I have full faith in what this coach does from a creativity standpoint. Whether it's someone like Andy Reid, maybe you're a fan of the way that they run plays down there in Kansas City and stuff like that. Maybe a historic coach, someone like a Kyle Shanahan or Mike Shanahan, something like that from the past. Doesn't have to be a current head coach. Could be anybody. All right, so now after the injury, right now we're returning to the action here. It's 3rd and 12 here, so the Stallions have their work cut out for them. McGough here at quarterback. Four receivers on the play, one running back. Let's see, four guys going to be coming after him. He's looking, steps up, dumps it to the back. The back makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss, still on his feet, and he takes it all the way to the 22-yard line here. What a great play there by the Stallions. Way to make something happen there. And so let's see. Old man says Bill Walsh. And so, ooh, what a playbook that would have been right there. Good old Bill Walsh. That would have been fun to have right there, that playbook. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Shotgun going to take the snap here. Hands it. They lost the ball again. They cannot do the whole quarterback read stuff. They want to run it, but it's just not working. Regardless of what running back you put it on, that time the quarterback signals that it was his fault on the play, and so they're making a lot of mistakes here. I mean, they turned it over twice, but honestly, it could have been four times by now. No, this is too late in the season to be having these kind of problems right here. Way too late in the season to have these kind of problems. All right, takes a snap. Was a low snap that time. Moving around, still has time. Gonna scramble, and oh, he gets tripped up there. Picks up about 10 yards in the place. Now we got about 3rd and 2 coming up here. Call it 3rd and 3 here, but right now McGough, he's 5 of 7 out there for 66 yards passing. Can he be the spark the offense needs? One thing I do know is that they do not need to run any more quarterback read options with him right now. They've got Bo Scarborough in there. Let's see. Braden says Sean McVay. He believes in Sean McVay. Takes a snap here. Throws it to the receiver. It's caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Stallions. And so finally, it all comes together here for the touchdown. It is about time here. We finally get a touchdown here in the second quarter with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here. Stallions up 6-0. We still got the PAT attempt coming up here. That time you see the running back there with a nice block on that play there. But man, he pump faked there, moved the defender who was in the zone, and that time he found the opening there. And hey, that's how you draw it up. That's exactly how you draw it up. And so old man says, man, JB, tell Baker to get off the field. I can guarantee that pass right there was not Baker Mayfield. All right, PAT attempt is up, and that is going to be good. All right, so the Stallions, they go ahead and break the ice and get the first touchdown of the game here. And so it's 7-0 Stallions here at the lead. And so, yes, this is good news here for Birmingham. Again, we're here in the second quarter with about 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. And so we'll see how the Bandits respond when we come back from the commercial here. But right now, Stallions up 7-0. Let's see. Braden says, good job by the quarterback holding on to the ball on the pump fake. And so, yes, tougher than it looks. It is tougher than it looks. That is for sure. But again, right now, we're currently at the commercial right now. But while we're at the commercial, I'll go ahead and pose another question. So tell me, who is a NFL player that is played? It can be, let's just say, since 2000. So an NFL player since the year 2000 that has played that, in your opinion, he's not a Hall of Famer. Well, he's probably definitely not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but his skill set, based upon his skill set alone, would be someone that if you could have his skill set, you'd want to have his skill set. So who is someone whose skill set you'd love to have, but that person is not a Pro Bowler? Not a Pro Bowler. Let me know here in the comment section, guys, who comes to mind when you think of someone that had the skill set you would like, but they did not put it together for a Hall of Fame career. I mean, first person that came to mind when I even thought of that question for me, uh, Dante Culpepper. Dante Culpepper. I mean, he had a strong, strong arm, and he had some speed with it, especially early in his career before the injuries. And so we all remember the Culpepper to Moss days. Those are fun to watch. All right, getting ready for the kickoff here. Kickoff is on the way. All right, we're going to get a return here. Let's see. He's at the 20 now. To the 30, brought down at about the 35-yard line. So we're going to have first and 10 for Tampa Bay from their own 35-yard line, and we'll see if they'll be able to get their first points of the game here. Now that Birmingham has went ahead and officially scored and got us some points on the board here, let's see if the Bandits can follow up super. Right now, Stallions up 7-0. All right, so old man says Le'Veon Bell, before he decided to sit for a year and then went to the Jets where his career died. And so again, the Jets, a place where many running backs' careers have went to vanish after that. Meanwhile, a quick pass there, and that picked up about a good 6 yards on the play. I'm sorry, about a couple yards on the play. But yeah, Le'Veon Bell, that's a great option right there. That's a great option right there, honestly. Here we go, second and 3 coming up. There is a penalty. There is a penalty. All right, so thanks to the penalty there, in which this game has not had too many penalties, I will say, but thanks to the penalty there, it's going to make it second and 8. Let's see. Braden says, that's what I was going to say, old man. And so, old man is doing a great job of like picking the guys who we're probably thinking. All right, going to take the snap there, play fake, bootlegging. Jordan Taylor throws it, and it is caught by the receiver who gets back to the line of scrimmage. Probably picked up maybe half a yard at best. But we got third down coming up. Third down coming up here, and so let's see what happens. Third and 8. Again, from the Tampa Bay own 37-yard line. Braden says, Jordan Nelson. Jordan Nelson. And so, okay, nice, nice, nice. Keeping it in home, huh? Keeping it with the Packers here. Jordan Nelson. All right, here we go. Shotgun. It's looking. feels the pressure. Pressure's coming. And Jordan flings it with what's left of his arm on that one. But I feel like he was already down. But at best, they give him the incompletion. So fourth down coming up. Fourth down coming up. And so I feel like the player that also came to mind when I was thinking about defense is someone that maybe he doesn't. I mean, is he a Hall of Famer in my book from a skill perspective? Yeah, I feel like he has some Hall of Fame worthy seasons, but I feel like due to the injuries that he had, he just didn't play enough games to probably qualify for the Hall of Fame. But a guy like Bob Sanders, Bob Sanders, the Colonel, he's someone that comes to mind that with his skill set, wow, that would have been nice. So for me, Bob Sanders defensively comes to mind. Let's see. Old man says on defense, it would be Vince Wilfork. In my opinion, he is the best nose tackle ever. And so you don't have Vince Wilfork as a future Hall of Famer at some point. I mean, I don't expect it to be anytime soon. But at some point, I would like to think that at some point that they put him in the Hall of Fame. I would like to think that. But that's interesting. That's interesting. But man, I can see it now, old man. I can see it now. You lining up on the D line, giving them hell across the offensive line. I can see it. Let's see. Braden says, I got a question for you, JB. Is Julian Edelman a Hall of Famer? And so, good old Jules. And so, you put me on the spot here. There are some guys that it comes extremely close and stuff like that. I mean, as a Patriots fan, my heart is telling me yes. But there's just so many great wide receivers who have played this game that's still waiting on their name to be called. And so, given the position that he plays, I feel like his career was worthy of it. But the position that he played just had so many great Hall of Fame wide receivers. It's going to be an uphill battle I feel like for him to get in there. He's worthy of having a conversation of it, and in my opinion, he's more worthy than putting someone like Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame. But unfortunately, if I'm going off of the way that people are going to be like voting and stuff, then I probably would say that he probably ends up not doing it, just because that position is always going to have so many qualified people at that position. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. Let's see. Old man says that he says I do, but I can also see them not putting him in for a long time, and so I feel like that is best case scenario right there, in which they wait for a long time. But that position is just a position that there's just so many great receivers that have played the game, and so that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But yes, for anyone that's listening, JB does not think Eli Manning should be a Hall of Famer just because he had two lucky moments. Let's see. Old man says, my fault, JB. I thought you asked a player who's not in the Hall of Fame right now. That's why I said Will Fork. And so, yeah, it's the way that I phrased the question and all like that. I mean, like someone that's not a Hall of like, you feel like they're not going to make it into a Hall of Fame at all, but someone that like their skill set wise, you're like, I'd love to have their skill set and stuff like that. But someone that's probably not an obvious choice for a Hall of Famer. Meanwhile, Bo with the carry there. Bo picks up about 4 yards on that one. So there we go. We got 2nd and 6 coming up. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Got Bo in it running back still. And so McGough, he's looking around. He's going to sling it, and he's going to pick up the first down. Picked up 15 yards there and a first down. Nice catch in the play. We got 1st and 10 here at the Stallions 35-yard line. And so let's see. Braden says, lucky moments. JB, you mean two of the greatest moments in Super Bowl history. Greatest moments. Greatest moments. You want great moments. I can tell you a Super Bowl versus the Atlanta Falcons. That was a great moment and stuff like that. If you want great moments, I can tell you about the Patriots taking down the greatest show on turf and all like that. If you want great moments, there's plenty of other great moments. You know, like Russell Wilson, who's supposed to be the savior for the Broncos, throwing that pick in the end zone that cost the Seahawks the game. That's a great moment. But when a guy just slings it up there and has super glue on his helmet and all like that for the receiver, and somehow, some way, it's a catch, which I don't know how that happens and stuff like that. That was just purely luck. That's just purely luck. There's a difference between being great and being lucky and stuff like that. That receiver never did anything like that again in his entire career and all like that. I think he's out there selling tires right now, if I'm not mistaken. But no, no. Eli turned the ball over way too much. Many times he led the league in turnovers and stuff like that. And so Eli, in my opinion, he's not a Hall of Famer. Not a Hall of Famer. I didn't see the leadership skills there. He just benefited from a great defense that got lucky. They just peaked at the right time, and there were some mistakes that made. You went against Brett Favre. Brett Favre made a mistake in the playoffs. You know, guys like that gifted these guys an opportunity. They should have never been there to begin with. Should have never been there to begin with. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And it's like, oh, well, Eli has all these passing yards, yada yada yada. And no, no, he's got so many turnovers and all like that. It's a longevity award, is what you're giving Eli, because he basically played forever. And at one moment, somebody benched him because he was not playing decent. All of a sudden, the entire stadium almost boycotted their tickets until they reinserted Eli into the lineup. They wanted this man to get it. So, in my opinion, Eli not Hall of Famer. That is one rock that I will stand by. All right, here we go. McGough has it. And, oh, he's getting brought down here by about three defenders here. My goodness, he was sandwiched on that one. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. And so let's see. Old man says 100% agree, JB. So there it is. There it is. Old man agrees with me. And so that just goes to show I am not delusional here. Eli is not a Hall of Famer in my book. He's just not. It's like one thing that Skip and Shannon say a lot. What does your eyes tell you? The eyes tell me that this man was an inconsistent quarterback that was living off of his last name for many years in the NFL. He had maybe 3 seasons where I said, okay, I see you, Eli. But other than those 3 seasons, that was it. Eli Manning, in my opinion, should not be a Hall of Fame quarterback. I know the numbers suggest otherwise when you look at the passing yards. You look at the total touchdowns, given how long he played and stuff like that. I get what it looks like, but my eyes tell me he's not a Hall of Famer. He is not a Hall of Famer. Let's see, old man says, if Eli a Hall of Famer, then Baker is a Hall of Famer as well. When it's all said and done, if you let Skip write it, Skip will tell you that he is a Hall of Famer already. If you let Skip Bayless tell you, he'll say that Baker's a Hall of Famer already. And so, I mean, the man as a starting quarterback throughout his career. We're right now at the commercial, so we got some time. Eli Manning, 117 and 117 as a starting quarterback in the NFL and all like that. So he won as many as he lost as a starting quarterback. He had 244 career interceptions, just 60% completion percentage. There were many years where he just went out there and he looked awful at the quarterback wheel. Back in 2007, he threw 20 interceptions. That's right, 20 interceptions. Matter of fact, let me read this to you. From 2005, 17 picks. From 2006, 18 picks. 2007, 20 picks. Then you fast forward 2010, 25 interceptions. Who the heck is throwing 25 interceptions and keeping their job the next year? I mean, Jameis Winston, we threw him under the bus. We made this man wait 2 years, basically, for an opportunity to redeem himself when the man chose to retire ahead of him and stuff like that. Then Eli Manning also, 2013, 27 interceptions, 18 passing touchdowns. That should have been the end of Eli Manning as we knew him. But because his last name was Manning, because he was related to Peyton Manning, they continuously left him out there. And so, I mean, every year you look at it, it was not pretty. It was not pretty. He put together two decent years from 2014 and 2015 where he threw, okay, 35 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. But you look at the totality of what he did throughout his career, how many times he threw 20 plus interceptions. He made Brett Favre look like the up-to-date Aaron Rodgers and all like that in terms of not turning the ball over in comparison. But nobody gave him any slack. Why? Because his last name was Manning. And so that's how I feel about it, and that is true. But I will let that rant go for right now. And so meanwhile, McGough here for the Stallions, looking to throw across the sideline. Was it caught? Was it caught? I think it was. That's a first down. That's a first down. All right, let's see. Where am I at right now? And so, Carmichael, what's good with you? What's good with you, Carmichael? How's it going? How is it going? I hope all is well. Meanwhile, the Stallions hand the ball up the middle. Pretty much get back to the line of scrimmage there. We've got Carmichael here. And let's see, Braden says, you think Devontae Adams is a Hall of Famer. And so Devontae Adams is definitely a Hall of Famer in my book. I've got Devontae Adams. When it's all said and done, he will be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. I mean, because how many years now have we been saying that Devontae Adams has been the best wide receiver in the game? I feel like it's been at least a solid, 4 years, you can probably say. And so, yeah, and so I don't expect him to have a massive decline. So I say when it's all said and done that he will be a Hall of Famer. Braden says he's probably going to make it because he beat your Pats twice. And that's what irks me the most, Braden, is simply that's the only qualification that they're looking for to give this man a Hall of Famer, just simply because he beat us twice and all like that. I mean, it literally is one game, one game. And so, yeah, it's crazy that that's going to be the justification that they go for. Like, oh, he got it's not like he lit it up for like 30 plus points per time. No, the defense played tremendous and all like that. If his defense didn't do nothing, his little 16, 17 points wouldn't mean anything for the Giants and stuff like that. And most of that had to do with Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs was a beast to bring down. Him and Plexico Burris going up there, I mean, those guys, they were tough to bring down. And so I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Carmichael says, everything is going good. How you doing, JB? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I am doing great. And you say Devontae Adams is a Hall of Famer. So Carmichael agrees. It's coming from a Steelers fan. He agrees. And so, yeah, I definitely see Devontae Adams as a Hall of Famer. Definitely. Most definitely. If you're at the top of your position for a period of more than 2 years, I feel like you're definitely, when it's all said and done, a Hall of Famer. Definitely. Unless you just have an extremely short career and stuff like that. But most definitely. I mean, because off the field, he's pretty clean cut, so it's not going to be difficult for the voters to vote him in. So, definitely. But here we go. 2nd and 3 here for the Stallions. Takes the snap. Fakes it to the back. Kept it himself this time. He's at the 10. He leaps up to the 5. He does his best Josh Allen impersonation and gets into the end zone there for a touchdown. Stallions. And so now the Stallions trying to open things up right now. And so that's going to make it 13-0 right now. And so we still got the PAT attempt coming up here in the second quarter with 57 seconds left to go. Stallions up 13-0 right now. And so this is absolutely great right here. And so make sure you guys press the thumbs up button if you have not already, though. And be sure if you're someone that's new that you do subscribe to the channel as well. Let's see. Braden says, completely agree with Adams being a Hall of Famer. And after you read Eli's stats, you convinced me he isn't a Hall of Famer. And so, honestly, that's what gets me for Eli Manning and stuff like that. I feel like anybody else, you take away the last name and you tell me a quarterback has 18 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, I'm saying get him out of there. Get him out of there. We're getting a new quarterback. Or 27 interceptions. And I mean, come on, this is crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Absolutely crazy numbers. And so, but because he has 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots, and you got to remember, people hated the Patriots. So therefore, at that time, especially when he beat the Patriots, the whole world was rooting for him. So there's going to be a lot of bias for Eli Manning. But man, those numbers, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So that is why, in my opinion, Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer in my book. And so there you go. He better be lucky I don't have a say in the Hall of Fame, because he would not be getting in. He just would not. And let's see. Carmichael says, JB, what's your top five receivers? So top five receivers right now in the NFL. And so obviously I got Devontae Adams up there. I've got Cooper Cup up there. Those two are a lock for me. At well, at least let's see, up there for number three. I got to make sure I'm not counting anybody out here. And so previously I would say Tyreek, so I probably would keep Tyreek still up there in my top five up there because of his speed. It's tough to guy. So yeah, definitely he's up there in that top five. Let's see who else. Looking at I'm trying to think about the wide receivers who are at the top here. Make sure I don't overlook anybody. I've got Jamar Chase up there. I got Jamar Chase up there, and I've also got what's that receiver for the Vikings called? I can't believe I forgot his name here. Um, that's gonna make me feel bad. I forgot his name. But the receiver for the Vikings that they had drafted as well out of there. So I can't believe that I forgot his name here. But yeah, those are my top five wide receivers there. That's right, Justin Jefferson. Forgive me for that one, Justin Jefferson. But yeah, Justin Jefferson. So those are my top five wide receiver there that I have right now. But let me know your top five. Let me know your top five. And so Braden says, you think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. And so I do feel that Phillip Rivers, in my opinion, that he is a Hall of Famer. And I know that that is not a popular pick right there. But in my opinion, Phillip Rivers is the very definition of a Hall of Famer in my book. I will not penalize him for staying with the Chargers, a team that Eli Manning refused to play with and stuff like that. And I feel like if Eli went to the Chargers and had the numbers that Eli had, there's no way the Chargers would have won a Super Bowl either. I feel like the Chargers had some really good teams that just ran out of luck because they played some really good Patriot teams. I'm not going to fault a man because TB12 probably took some rings that he probably would have had. But old man Phillip Rivers, he's a Hall of Famer in my book. And so let's pull up the numbers here. And let's see what the numbers say. So I told you that it said Eli Manning was a 60% pass completion throughout his career. Well, Phillip Rivers, he's at 65%. I told you that Eli Manning had about 266 interceptions or something close to that number. Well, Phillip Rivers only 209. Not to mention he's had 426 passing touchdowns. As his record as a starter, I told you Eli Manning, he was 117 as a starter. So 117 wins, 117 losses. Phillip Rivers, 134 wins, 106 losses. So therefore, statistically speaking, Phillip Rivers was getting you more wins than Eli was. It's just Eli had better teams that got hot at the right time. But throughout the totality of his career, Phillip Rivers, he did a lot better. A lot better. I told you the most interceptions that Eli Manning had was 27. Well, the most that Phillip Rivers had was 2016 at 21. In that same season, he threw 33 touchdowns with those 21 picks, whereas Eli had 18 interceptions with 27 picks around a similar time period. And that's the only time that old man Phillips, outside of 2019, where he's towards the very end of his time with the Chargers, so only two times that he have 20 pick games, and even then it was barely hitting 20 while Eli was deep at the 20, aiming towards 30 interceptions. And so, Phillip Rivers, he did some amazing things in this league. And so that cannot, from 2016 to 2018, made the Pro Bowl those 3 years. 2013, 2011, 2009, 2006, he was just getting it done. His first year as a full-time starter, 14-2. He was putting together seasons like that when the Chargers were not that long ago from just being a team that was purely just LaDainian Tomlinson. But they transformed to being Phillip Rivers. Him to Antonio Gates, that was magical. That was historical. You cannot forget what that combination looked like. Phillip Rivers was a baller, and he kept you in many games. Let's see. Braden says, how many touchdown passes did Eli have? That's a good question. So Phillip had 421. Let's see what Eli had. Eli finished with 366. Let that sink in. Eli Manning, 366 passing touchdowns, while Phillip Rivers, 421 passing touchdowns. Meanwhile, Phillip Rivers, 209 interceptions, while Eli Manning, 244 interceptions. The numbers don't lie. But what does lie is people, how they remember the Super Bowl and all like that. Eli didn't ball out in the Super Bowl. He got lucky. The man was ice cold the first 3 quarters in one of those Super Bowls and all like that. He got lucky on a final drive and stuff like that, in which he broke a tackle and just threw it up there. No, I'm not going to reward someone for being lucky. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And so let's see. Carmichael says that Big Ben is the best quarterback from the 2003 draft class. And you know what, Carmichael? I will co-sign that. I will co-sign that. I feel like Big Ben is first. I feel like Phillip Rivers was second. Then I feel like Eli came in third, right above JP Lossman. The rest, who knows? But here we go, guys. 3rd and 10 right now for the Bandits. And so ball's broken up there by the defensive back. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. Just 11 seconds here till halftime. Again, Stallions lead this one 14-0. So we're almost at halftime right now. Let's see. Old man says, plus Rivers has 75 kids. He can start his own football team. I mean, hey, he's got enough kids, honestly, though, to start his own basketball team, though, for real. Like, he doesn't need to sign anybody else. I mean, if we thought LeVar Ball, that he could do his own team, I mean, this guy, with the amount of kids he got, he can have his own basketball team for sure right now. And so, all right, but here we go. Jordan Taylor move. Pump fakes. Going for it on 4th down. Throws it up there, and it is. Oh, he overthrew the wide receiver. That would have been a big time play. That's one that's frustrating right there for Dylan because he knows he was open. He knows he was open. But this quarterback did his best Baker Mayfield impersonation that time, and it's incomplete. Although that feels a little bit more like Kirk Cousins on that one. Just overthrew him. And so let's see. And so Phillips, I'm sorry, not I almost said Phillips said it. Braden says Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, but I hated how he threw the ball. And so that's another thing right there. It's just one of those things like you think about in the NBA what a guy like Sean Marion when he had that ugly looking shot. It doesn't look good. I get it. But at the same time, it worked for him. And so, but you're right though. You're right though. That like, especially the years that he was throwing interceptions, it's like, okay, maybe it's time to fix his throwing pattern. Like, no, he's been using that his entire career. It's just, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I'm telling you, it's not, it's not very popular how he throws the ball. Nobody wants to imitate that at all. But here we go. Last 6 seconds here, and so they're just gonna throw a quick pass there to the receiver. Makes one guy miss. If he can make another guy miss, get to the outside, spins. They finally push him out of bounds there, and that's the half. At the half, the Birmingham Stallions are up 14-0 over the Tampa Bay Bandits. And so we are at halftime right now. But yeah, the way he threw that ball, though, yeah, that was pretty bad, though. I'm not going to lie. I cannot defend the form that he had for those passes. Let's see, Braden says, LOL, old man. And so, yeah, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. But yeah, I just feel like when it came to the Giants, my top priority was to make sure that Brandon Jacobs did not hurt you or Tinky Barber did not hurt you. Those guys, if they had in the backfield, were some serious running backs. And so, I mean, Eli, he benefited from having guys like Jeremy Shockey, Plexico Burst that can go up and get the ball. But ultimately, guys like Phillip Rivers, guys like Ben Roethlisberger, those are the Hall of Famers in my opinion. Those two guys, Hall of Famers. Eli Manning, not a Hall of Famer in JB's book. But as old man said, the JB halftime show. And so, most definitely here at halftime. And just to recap really quickly for anybody that is listening here that is curious in terms of how the stats are looking right now in this game. Let's see. So, yes, so far in this one, you're looking at for the Bandits. We'll start with the Bandits, and right now they've pretty much abandoned any type of offense in this one. But Jordan Taylor moves 6 of 13 out there, 56 passing yards. You got Mike White, he's 3 of 6 out there for 22 yards as well, passing. And then on the ground as a team, 7 carries for 10 yards. So ground game non-existent for the Bandits. Meanwhile, for the Stallions, 14 of 21 passing out there. McGough, he's 11 of 13 right now. He's got you 162 yards and 1 touchdown, no interception. Meanwhile, Smith, 3 of 8 out there, and you've got 0 touchdowns to 1 interception. And so on the ground, 13 carries, 38 yards. So neither team really running the ball all that much in this one. But the Stallions, they finally on the second quarter was able to get the offense to move, get some points here. So we'll see if they carry that over into the second half. But right now they're up 14-0 in this one. And let's see. All right, so Carmichael says, what are your top 5 running backs? And so top 5 running backs. That is a very good question right there, Carmichael. Very good question in terms of top 5 running backs. I ask myself that question many times when I think about fantasy football. As of right now, how it stands for me. At the number 1 spot right now, I have I'm not sure. I feel like it's 1A and it's 1B for me, just depending on how I feel that day. But I feel like Jonathan Taylor and I feel like Derrick Henry, they go hand in hand right now in terms of where they're at in their career. Obviously, Henry coming off of the injury makes him 1B for me right now. But if he goes out there and balls like I know he can, then it'll put him back at 1A. But for right now, Jonathan Taylor, 1A. Then you've got Derrick Henry on 1B. And then you think about that. Outside of that, if we are taking injuries into account, if we're taking injuries into account, my number three running back right now, thinking about, I got to think about this. My number three running back right now, I have to say is probably a fully healthy, if he's fully healthy, Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, if he's fully healthy. You think about what that Saints offense is with and without him. Believe me, as someone that had to stream far too many Saint games last year because the Saints offense was looking bad, when they don't have Alvin Kamara, it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, he has the hands, he has the running ability. He carries that offense so many times. So if you're telling me Alvin Kamara is fully healthy, he's my number three running back. And so at number four, I'm trying to think at number four, is this where I place a guy like maybe Dalvin Cook? I'm trying to think if I'm overlooking any running back that's not coming to mind right now. But maybe Dalvin Cook. I'm trying to think though. I feel like there's someone else that I would have said ahead of him, but I can't think of it right now who that running back would be. So I would go Dalvin Cook's in my top five. And then if you're telling me that Christian McCaffrey is fully healthy, fully healthy, C Mac is still in the top five for me if he's fully healthy. Although it's been a while since he's been fully healthy, but I feel like those are the top five running backs if they are fully healthy for me. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's see. Braden says, keep the NFL questions coming, JB. And so Braden also says he also had OBJ. And so Braden says Nick Chubb. Dang it, Nick Chubbs. And so Nick Chubbs, he eluded me there. So I'm going to have to make an adjustment there. So yeah, add Nick Chubb to my top five there and take out Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry, Dalvin Cook. It had to happen there. Put Nick Chubb up there for me. I forgot all about Nick Chubb. I knew I was forgetting somebody there. So yeah, Nick Chubb. Braden says Aaron Jones. And so if we had a top 10, Aaron Jones would be number six for me. I just feel like right now where A.J. Dillon is at, A.J. Dillon's going to be starting to take away a little bit more carries from Aaron Jones more and more and more is what I feel like. Old man says don't forget to hit the like button. So yeah, guys, absolutely don't forget to press that thumbs up button. Let's get those thumbs up buttons going. And if you're someone that is new to the channel, go ahead and press the subscribe button as well. Absolutely. But yeah, Braden, that was the running back that I had forgotten. Nick Chubb. Can't believe I forgot Nick Chubb. And so, but guys, I don't know how if you guys have been keeping up with the whole, like what the NFL is thinking about with Deshaun Watson. But I read an article the other day that basically made it seem like the NFL is gearing for what looks to be at the minimum. It's looking like most likely it's going to probably be a season-long type of suspension for Deshaun Watson. And so my advice to anybody out there that's playing fantasy football, you may want to avoid this guy because he may not be playing at all this year. But we'll see. Let's see. Carmichael says he's got Henry first. He's got Taylor two. He's got Chubb three. Alvin Kamara four. Christian McCaffrey five. When he is healthy. And so I absolutely love that list. I love that list right there. It's just I would probably swap three and four just simply for the fact that I don't know, just given where the Browns are right now. I'm obviously Kareem Hunt there. When I'm thinking about, maybe I'm thinking about fantasy football. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, fantasy football. Maybe that's what's screwing my top five right there. But Chubb's at three, absolutely. He's been fantastic. Most of the time prior to last year, I'd have had him as my top two running backs probably prior to last year, just because he consistently gets it done and stuff like that. And I like the whole combination of him and Kareem Hunt. Those two in the backfield, it allows each other to, hopefully, make it through an entire season is what you're hoping for. But I do like that combination that the Cleveland Browns do have there. And so, Alan, what's good with you? What's good with you, Alan? How's it going? And you say, good afternoon, hope the Stallions win. And so there you go. That's a man that knows what he's talking about there. And so the Stallions, they're up 14-0 right now. My Birmingham Stallions out there looking to close the deal when we get back in the second half. Absolutely. I feel like I should end up making a video, guys, where I talk about why Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer and why Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. and stuff like that. I feel like I should. I feel like that'd be a very good video right there. Obviously, Giant fans are gonna hate me and stuff like that, but you know what? That is okay. They probably should right now because it'll be mutual. It'll be mutual. So, absolutely. You guys probably noticed that of all the fans that we have come in and come out, like we will not have a Giant fan come through here. Like I don't think we've seen anybody come in and say they're a Giants fan and stuff like that on through this channel. Throughout the time since I started, nobody has been coming through as a Giants fan. But yeah, Alan, hope all is going well. Hope all is going well. And so let's see. Braden says that would be a good video, JB. And so, oh yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it'd be a very good video right there. I'll make the case for Eli not being there, and for Philip Rivers being in there. And so, and then I'll also throw in, obviously Ben Roethlisberger and just rank them. I'll put Big Ben as first because Big Ben, he was getting titles. I mean, since his rookie year, came in, instantly had the type of impact that you wanted. Both him and Philip Rivers. Meanwhile, Eli was still lost his first year. And so, let's see. Allen says, good win for Golden State. Curry his fourth ring. And so, tell me, Allen, does this make Steph Curry a top five player for you? Where do you rank Steph Curry? In terms of all time greatness, where do you rank Stephen Curry? Let me know. Let me know. One thing I can say, anybody that changes the game the way that Steph Curry changed the game, they have to be up there in the top five. They just have to be. Carmichael says, who is the best tight end of all time? When you ask that question, the first tight end that comes to mind, I mean, best tight end of all time. I mean, that's a great question, Carmichael. I've asked myself many questions, but I don't think I've asked myself the question of who's the best tight end all time. I feel like for me, I my bias tells me Gronk, just because I've seen it myself. But if I wasn't gonna say Gronk, I was gonna go with Tony Gonzalez as that second option there. But I'm gonna go with Gronk. I'm gonna go with Gronk. I'm gonna go with Gronk because I feel like he's done tremendous from a pass catching perspective. And of course, when we talk about best tight ends of all time, we're talking about a guy that can go out there that can catch, but not just catch, but can go out there and can block at a high level as well. And Gronk has certainly had to show throughout his time with the Pats that he can run block as well. Now, it does help to play with the greatest quarterback of all time, though. It does help to play with the greatest quarterback of all time and stuff like that. That does help. But what Tony Gonzalez meant to the position at the tight end position, though, he was pretty great. He was pretty great. He was pretty great. If I was doing a top five list, he'd definitely be up there. I mentioned Antonio Gates. He'd be a top five tight end. Towards the bottom of the top five for me, but he'd be a top five tight end candidate. And then, but so many guys come to mind that have been great tight ends that probably did not get the recognition that they were due just because right now the NFL is more of a passing league than it was back in the day. So therefore, kind of hurt many of the tight ends from back then. But absolutely, absolutely, there was a time where I thought that Jimmy Graham was going to probably go down as the best tight end at one point in time, just based upon what he was doing early on throughout his time with the Saints. But the man wanted to get paid like a wide receiver, and that's when it all went downhill. Well, who do you guys have as the best tight end? Matter of fact, give me your top three tight ends of all time. I want to hear that list there. I'm very intrigued with the top three tight ends of all time. What does that list look like for each of you guys? All right, meanwhile, let's see. All right, so. All right, so Old Man says Gronk is the best tight end ever. And so Braden says, don't get me started on Jimmy Graham, JB. And so we're talking about the Jimmy Graham before he went to Chicago and stuff like that. The Jimmy Graham, that was, like a legitimate wide receiver weapon. I mean, Drew Brees, I remember he had Jimmy Graham. I remember he also had guys like, what's that guy's name? His last name was like Colston, and his first name started with an M. I think it was like Marquise Colston or something like that. He had guys like that in his team. All right, let's see. Allen says, for me, they're in the top four of teams to win titles, and no hating on LeBron James. He got 4 rings by changing teams to get his 4 rings, but Curry did it like Kobe and Jordan did it for the same team. And so that's a fact. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact right there, and nobody can take it from him. I honestly feel like he gets penalized because people look at him and they say, oh, he's skinny and stuff like that. Oh, he's small. Oh, he's just, chunking it up from down there. They don't like the way that he plays the game in terms of some of the old heads and stuff like that out there who do a lot of the commentating. They don't love the way that he changed the game and stuff like that. They prefer it be back in the day where you have to go inside, finish at the rim and stuff like that. That's what they prefer. But Steph changed the game for the new era and brought upon us a new style of basketball. Now you got a 22-point lead. There's no guarantee that you're going to win the game. Why? Because everybody's going to come out there and shoot threes and get back in it eventually. We're back to the action though for the game, and kickoff is on the way. Stallions with it. Let's see. He goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line here for the Stallions. So the Stallions here will be getting things started here in the second half. And meanwhile, Tampa Bay, they're just trying to get through the second half here. Their season's going to be done at the end of this game here. So they want to finish on a positive note here, but they've got their work cut out for them. Right now, they're 1-3 on the year when trailing at halftime. And so Braden says, I meant when Jimmy Graham was with the Packers. And so, almost forgot about that time period. All right, let's see. Old man says, he's got Gronk at 1. Okay. He's got Shannon Sharp at 2. Good old Shannon Sharp. He's got Tony Gonzalez at 3. And so, okay, so he's got Shannon Sharp above Tony Gonzalez there. Okay, bet. And given the era that he played in and some of the teams that he played with, you think Baltimore with that run-first mindset and things of that sort, the Broncos, John Elway, that time period. So, great selection there. Great list. And let's see, Braden says he's got Gronk, Tony Gonzalez, and he's got Kellen Winslow. That's right, Kellen Winslow Sr. Got to specify that. For anybody who knows Kellen Winslow Jr., that is not the Kellen Winslow that he is specifying. No, Kellen Winslow Sr., the good one. And so, there we go. And let's see. Braden says, I meant when Jimmy Graham was with the Packers. Braden says, as Curry said, he is the petty king. Good old Curry. Meanwhile, there is an injury right now. But it is 2nd and 4 right now here in the third quarter. And they just hit the commercial right there. But again, right now, the Stallions are up 14-0 over the Bandits currently. All right, let's see. Old man says, who is a player that could have been one of the best in history if they didn't go down the path they went down? For me, it is Aaron Hernandez. In my opinion, he could have been better than Gronk. And so, he would have been a tremendous weapon there for the Patriots there. Absolutely tremendous. And so when you say the path that they went down, I assume, when I think path, I don't think injury. I think that this is something that they probably could have controlled, but they made bad decisions. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say Josh Gordon. I'm going to take the obvious route and say Josh Gordon. He could have been amazing in this league, more amazing than what he'd been. We saw what he looked like early on. He would have been on a historic pace. I will say if Josh Gordon does not make the decisions that he makes and he focuses purely on football and play to his capability, that he would be a top 5 receiver in NFL history if that would have been the case. But he just really ruined his talents. Braden says Antonio Brown. And so can't go wrong with that one, Antonio Brown. And so, I mean, we saw what he did there. So, absolutely. I am curious, though, as terms of what Johnny Manziel's career could have been if he was more serious about it early on. I'm curious. I don't think it would have been anything that would have been spectacular, but I think it could have been good. It's just I'm curious about that. Let's see. Old man says, JB, in my opinion, Gordon could have been as good as Moss. I still rock his Patriots jersey. And so he really could have been. On first glance, I was going to say top 3, but I was like, let's dial it back a minute and just say top 5. But certainly, he had special written all over himself. Very special. Few guys that when they, came into the league, I was like, this guy could be special. That was a guy that I was like, this guy could be extremely special. He could really revitalize and change the game. And he showed that early that he could do that. But then it just came off. All right, so we're getting ready to come back here from the commercial. Again, the Stallions here with a 14-0 lead here and the football in the third quarter. And so let's see what McGough can do here. Ever since he came into the game here, it's been nothing but great things here for the Stallions. Second and 4. In the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Hands it to the back. Back. Gets the first down. He picks up about a good 10 yards on the carry, taking it all the way to the 45-yard line. That's right. Bo Scarborough. So Bo knows how to get a first down. Yes, he does. Let's see. Braden says Josh Gordon is still on the Chiefs roster. What if somehow, some way, Josh Gordon turned out to be wide receiver 1 down there in Kansas City? How crazy would that be? I know that's not going to happen, guys. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying how crazy that would be if he ended up being the new favorite wide receiver, the Tyreek replacement. Meanwhile, McGough pump fakes, looking, feels the pressure, going to throw it to the back, or try to anyways. Incomplete. And so now we got second down coming up. Let's see, old man says JB Lakers interested in acquiring Bradley Beal. And so, hey, what I always want to hear about is what will we potentially be giving up, you know? And so certainly at this point in the season here, this is where I'm going to have to start paying a lot more attention to the transactions this off season when it comes to NBA news and stuff like that. And so I just got this new headphone today, and so this is my first time using this particular headphone, although it looks pretty similar to the old one. But definitely going to be keeping my eye out to see what the Lakers are going to be doing. Meanwhile, McGough just gift wrapped another pass to the defender. Well, this is his first pick because Smith was the one doing it in the first half. But they threw it right to the linebackers here of the Bandits, and the thief in the night, well, this time the pure daylight that time, picked them off. So how about that? The Bandits desperately needed something good to go there. And so McGough, he thought he was 2008 version of Brett Favre, and it paid, and it did not pay off, I should say. And he paid the price with an interception. Wow. So now we are back currently at the commercial again. But yeah, I mean, Bradley Beal would be a great addition, I feel like, for the Lakers, though. I feel like it would be a great addition there if we can get that and move on from Russ. We got to move on from Russ. We do not trust in Russ. Move on from him. Absolutely move on from him. But again, we're currently at the commercial because the Birmingham Stallions just turned the ball over. Turning the ball over has been the theme for them today. They've managed to get something going with McGough at quarterback here, but he just threw a pick here, and so now we're going to see if the Bandits can finally capitalize here as they're going to be taking over first and 10 from the Birmingham 37-yard line here in the third quarter with 13 minutes to go in the third quarter. Stallions lead 14-0. All right, so I got another question for you guys. Since the year 2000, because it's just easier to just narrow it down since the year 2000, but since the year 2000, which running back at their peak, meaning their best season ever, do you feel had the best season since 2000? Which running back had the best season since 2000? And so let me know your answers here in the comment section. Which NFL running back had their best season? Just it's not their career, just one season. Where running back had the best season since 2000. There's a lot of good candidates that you can throw out there. I mean, if we want to go back some time to where running backs were rushing for 30 plus touchdowns, I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson comes to mind. You know, you can pick a LaDainian Tomlinson year. You can pick a Larry Johnson year. You can pick a Chris Johnson year. I mean, I just realized there's a lot of Johnsons you can choose from. Jamal Lewis, he comes to mind. There's been a lot of great running backs that we saw, especially I feel like from 2000, from the year 2000 all the way to about 2013-ish. Sean Alexander, any guys like that. Meanwhile, and so Mike White tried to keep it himself there, ended up losing a lot of yards on the play, lost about 7 yards on the play. You just cannot have that happen on a quarterback read option play. You got to be able to make the right decision there. That time, if you hand it to the running back, at least he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. But you chose to keep it, and you made the wrong read on that play. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Going to take the snap. Defense sending 5. Throws it to the back there. The back lowers his shoulder, picks up a tough 3 yards on the play. 2, 3 yards. Third down coming up. Let's see. Allen says Marshall Falk. Ooh, for Den the Saint. That's right. They were Den the St. Louis Rams, and so that's right. Marshall Falk, greatest show on turf. What he did receiving wise, along with running the ball, and what he meant to that offense. Obviously, guys like Isaac Bruce and company, Torrey Holt, those guys benefited greatly from having a guy like Marshall Falk. The defenses had to know where Marshall Falk was at all times. So if we're going back to the year 2000, then definitely I can see Marshall Falk up there. A great, great one right there that you mentioned on that one. Great one. Let's see, Derrick Henry for Braden or LaDainian Tomlinson. So he's one of those two right there. I mean, my man Priest Holmes had some pretty good years as well, and so it was fun to watch. But let's see. I feel like Larry Johnson, I mean, the year that he was really running, like pounding that rock for Kansas City, that was fun to watch. But in terms of the best one season, I feel like that award goes to LaDainian Tomlinson. I feel like it does because I feel like he upstaged Larry Johnson's best, and then yeah, I feel like it had to be LaDainian Tomlinson in terms of just 1 year and the best because you had the touchdowns and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the case. All right, but we're facing the fourth down here, and so Tampa Bay just made up their mind here that they're going to go for it pretty much any chance they get on fourth down here. Be aggressive, try to change things here. They're down 14 nothing here, got nothing to lose here. Third quarter, 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go. They're going to line up in a shotgun formation, 4th and 9. White takes a snap, ball's on the ground, low snap, he picks it up. Defense is all around him, and that's all she wrote right there, guys. And so another turnover on downs here for the Bandits, and so quite frankly, going forward on fourth down is not their forte. It is not their forte. Absolutely. But yeah, those are some good options right there between Marshall Falk, Derrick Henry, the Danian Thompson. Some great, 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 great guys since the year 2000. Let's see. Just looking at a couple numbers here. There's been quite a few backs that have been able to really let loose. But I'm looking at the number wise, like number wise, who had the best combination between rushing touchdown and yards here. And so, yeah, there's some very good options there. Some very good options. I mean, you could very well throw in Edgerrin James as well, and that just to have him in that conversation because the year 2000 he did rush for like 1,700 yards and 22 touchdowns. But there's been some running backs that had some better numbers. Um, but yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry, 2,000 yards, 26 touchdowns. That's a great one. Of all the backs that had 2,000 yards rushing, I believe him to have since the year 2000 to have the most rushing touchdowns with those 2,000 yards. You have to go back to the 1997 season that Barry Sanders put together to have somebody top that, statistically speaking. And let's see, Allen says, we still don't know what happened to Steve McNair. He either killed himself or murdered. I don't know what you think. And so yeah, with the late Steve McNair, Allen, and so what happened in that scenario is actually, and I hate bringing it up there, but he was killed by he was shot by his girlfriend, not his wife. He had a girlfriend on the side, and so he was killed by her. I believe that he was trying to, and correct me if anybody knows if this is correct and all like that, but I believe Steve McNair was trying to pretty much end, I guess, whatever he had going with her. She didn't like it, and so she decided if she can't have him, nobody can, and so she decided to kill him in his sleep. And so, yeah, I believe that is, if memory serves me right, I believe that's how it went down. If anybody else knows more accurate stuff, definitely do feel free to correct me there. But I believe, based upon memory, I know it's been some time from now, but I believe that's how it went down. with the late Steve McNair. Very tragic indeed. All right, but here we go, guys. Three receivers towards the top of the screen here, lined up in a shotgun. Takes the snap here, gonna hand it to the back, and the back gets back to the line of scrimmage here. So we got 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10 coming up here in the third quarter with about 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. And so right now, the Stallions here with the football. And so, I mean, they have turned the ball over their share in this game, but luckily for them, the defense has been on it in this one. I mean, Tampa Bay offensively just cannot find a GPS that can lead them to the end zone at this point, and so that has definitely benefited Birmingham. But right now, you want to see this offense clicking at a high level consistency here. But here we go, 5 wide here, 5 wide receivers on the play. Well, one of those receivers is the running back, C.J. Marable here. Quarterback takes a snap here, going to throw it to the back out the backfield there, and gets about a good 6 yards on the play. We got 3rd down coming up here, 3rd and 4 coming up here. So here in the third quarter, about 9 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Birmingham with the football. But yeah, Steve McNair was one of my top 5 favorite quarterbacks of all time in terms of just like purely favorites and stuff like that. It was fun to watch him. Guys like Steve McNair, guys like Dante Culpepper and stuff like that. Those were guys that when I first, really was playing Madden, like those were guys that I typically enjoyed playing with. Whether it was Madden, whether it was ESPN, all of that stuff. Let's go McGough here with it. Tries to sling it to the receiver who drops it. And so you got 4th down coming up. And let's see, Allen says, yeah, I miss Sean Taylor for the Redskins. I'm really sad he got killed in his prime. And so, yeah, Sean Taylor, another one that was gone far too soon there. And so just seeing what had took place that time, I mean, it was one of those news. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of moments that we see a lot of guys pass. But when we saw the Sean Taylor pass, that was just one of those news that just really stung in a way that it's just was so heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. You saw the reaction from his peers, guys like Clinton Portis and stuff like that, who had so much respect for him. They always say that he was at the point of his life where he was, doing good, and how it happened, to be killed, somebody breaks into your home and stuff like that, and then to shoot you while you're protecting your family, things of that sort. When you had just changed over, you're trying to do better in life. I mean, that was a heartbreaking thing right there. I still remember to this day that was extremely heartbreaking right there. I mean, Sean Taylor, he was the kind of guy that definitely lived up to that last name Taylor, and just the impact you think about him on the football field and just what he was doing out there. I mean, we needed him to show us how the Pro Bowl is supposed to look. Out there nailing, whether you're a kicker, a punter, a wide receiver, it didn't matter. He was going to nail you Pro Bowl, regular season, preseason. He was going out to hit you. Meanwhile, there is a penalty here. Let's see what they call. Again, we are in the third quarter with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Stallions leading 14-0. And they're reviewing right now to see, did he get off in time? No, he did not get off in time. So that is indeed a penalty. All right, they decline it. Okay. But yeah, Alan, that was absolutely tragic right there. Absolutely tragic right there. I mean, you mentioned those guys, and I remember around that time period, the wide receiver who was with the Cincinnati Bengals, that was Chris Henry. Chris Henry, that's right, Chris Henry. And so seeing how he died and stuff like that, that was pretty tragic as well. And so there was a lot of players that have passed that was just too soon, far too soon, far too soon. Absolutely. But now we're currently at the commercial right now. But when we get back, it will be Tampa Bay's football from their own 13-yard line here in the third quarter with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And let's see, so far in this one, though, you look at for the Stallions here, you've got McGough. He's 12 of 17 out there, 167 yards passing, one touchdown, one interception. Smith was 3 of 8 earlier for 72 yards and a pick. And then rushing the ball, 16 carries for 52 yards. McGough, he's responsible for 25 of those yards off of 6 carries. And Bo Scarborough, he's got you 7 carries for 23 yards as well. Let's see. And then you look at the Bandits. And so Jordan Taylor moves 6 of 13 out there for 56 yards. Meanwhile, Mike White, he's 4 of 7 out there for 25 yards. Nider has a touchdown or an interception. On the ground, though, just 9 carries for 13 yards as a team. So quite frankly, the run game does not exist for the Bandits. Let's see. Old man says it's rumored Lakers are trying to trade Russ 2025 and 2006 to get Bill. And so interesting. So 2025 and 2026. And so okay, interesting. Allen says that he still can't believe how the Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls. You say I like real, and so hey, it's a good thing Mike isn't on right now. That you would have recreated some trauma for Mike if he had to relive those 4 losses for the Bills and stuff like that. And so especially how like how just to get to that point, to get to the Super Bowl, and your fan base think this is the year, this is the year, this is the year, and it doesn't happen. One of the saddest stories in NFL history, no lie about that. To know that you dominate your conference, but you just cannot beat the other conference, that hurts. That hurts. So I am so glad that as a Patriot fan, more times than not, when we get to the Super Bowl, as long as we're not facing the damn Giants and all like that, we're pretty good. All right, here we go, guys. So Tampa Bay right now still trying to get their first points of the game. They've got Jordan Taylor up under center right now. Multiple tight ends here, one receiver, one back in the backfield. Takes a snap, play fake, looking, throws it to the right side, and it is juggled and caught by his right receiver. And so Dillon is going to take it to the house for a touchdown. That just provided some excitement right there. So Derek Dillon with the touchdown. I mean, he juggled it so much there were clowns envious of the way that this man juggled the football in that play, but he was able to reel it in for a touchdown. That time they brought the safety. They say, why not? And so the safety came up on a play fake. He had no business coming up on that play fake there. But hey, that is going to provide a spark there in this game here for the Bandits. Let's see. Old man says Buffalo won their Super Bowl when they won against a rookie Mac Jones and a Patriots defense that wasn't healthy. And so old man said that was their Super Bowl. They probably will get a ring for that stuff. But let's see. Allen says, yeah, like the 2007 undefeated season, man, I'm still in shock. And so Allen recreating trauma for some of us here who are still trying to forget about that season. And so meanwhile, what a terrible snap. Terrible snap. Defense kicks it. Tight end O'Grady's running for it. Nobody wants it. Now it's picked up there by the biggest man on the field. They bring him down in midfield there. What a mockery of the extra point attempt that was there. And so Todd Haley, he is losing it right now. Absolutely losing it. So after the touchdown, they opt to go for 2 when they probably should just kick the extra point. And yeah, it just backfired in the worst way possible. But yeah, I mean, in addition to those, I mean, we've had some really good Super Bowls. I remember when the Steelers and the Cardinals played in that Super Bowl, and I was rooting so hard that one for the Cardinals to beat the Steelers. I wanted the Cardinals to get that Super Bowl for their history and to come so close. They really balled out. That would have been extremely great. Like, imagine what we'd be saying about Kurt Warner if he was able to successfully turn it into a Super Bowl winning season. Just imagine what we'd be saying. Let's see. Alan says, "I'm sorry if I am." It's so it's all good, Alan. It's all good. It is all good. You know, you win some, you lose some. I'm sure there are some Seahawks fans that don't want to talk about the Patriots versus Seahawks. There's some Atlanta fans that don't want to talk about the Patriots versus Falcons, and so we've caused some trauma to other people as well and stuff like that. So, absolutely, that is all good. Let's see. Old man says, "Man, that was one of the worst snaps I have ever seen." You know what? Now that you mention it, I can't think of a snap that was more worse than that. I mean, not even looking back in high school, honestly. Like, that was a tremendously bad snap. Like, I don't know what that guy was thinking, but his mind was not on football. That was a terrible snap. I've seen some bad snaps in this game already, like from both teams, but that was just awful. But here goes Tampa Bay. They're doing their version of the onside kick here. Well, they call it the onside make it take it. So if you get this on 4th and 12, then you get it. Otherwise, you're gift wrapping Birmingham with good field position. Birmingham sending pressure. Jordan, he's falling down and he's down for the sack. Every time that Jordan needs to make a play, this offensive line reminds him why this team is not making the playoffs, quite frankly, because of the fact that this offensive line won't give him any time. They just won't give him any time. And now you're giving the Stallions here great field position here because if you don't get it, then hey, it's their ball. They took a chance here. They've been gambling all game long, and it just is not paying off. As the old man says, I'm just glad Patriots won more Super Bowls than they lost. And so, absolutely, old man, absolutely. I am right there with you 1,000%. 1,000%. But what a terrible snap that was. This may go down in history as the worst snap you would ever see in history. The worst snap. And let's see. Alan says, "What about the snap from the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs?" And so, yeah, the Romo years. And so, yeah, yeah, those are some pretty bad snaps as well. Now, that's definitely up there in that top five conversation for worst snaps. But meanwhile, for the Stallions, they handed to, I believe that was Bo in the carry who picked up about 3 yards. And so we got 2nd and 7 coming up here in the third quarter with about 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Right now, Birmingham leading 14-6 over the Bandits here. And so the Bandits, they opted after the touchdown. They failed miserably on the 2-point conversion attempt and fell bad on that one. Then when they went for the 4th and 12 to try to get the make it take it, did not convert that. And so Birmingham benefits now with great field position off of that. All right, but here we go, guys. So we got two receivers on the play. Got a couple tight ends back in the backfield. Quarterback up under center this time. Going to take the snap here, but before he can run the play, they're going to run it dead here, and that's going to move him back 5 yards here. So it's going to delay the game. Back them up 5 yards here. Again, we're here in the third quarter with about 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. As the old man says, the only one I can think of is when the Broncos versus Seahawks Super Bowl, when the center threw the ball over Peyton Manning head for his safety. You know, I almost forgot about that. I almost forgot about that. That play made me happy on that play. That play made me extremely happy because I was rooting for the Broncos' downfall that year. McGough. Oh, look at McGough. He tricked that defender badly. What could have been at least a decent play, but Bo drops the ball on that one. But man, I mean, he faked the D lineman bad on that one. That's like one of those basketball type of plays where you fake it behind the back and the defender goes the other way and you still got the ball. That was a nice fake there, but ultimately it means absolutely nothing because that pass was incomplete. Now we got 3rd and 12 coming up here. 3rd and 12 coming up right now. At least you are in field goal range given the fact of where you took the ball over at, but you're thinking touchdown right now if you're the Stallions. You want to at least get a first down right now. And so let's see. Let's see. Allen says the past playoffs when Dallas had home field advantage still lost. Meanwhile, another low snap there, a bad snap. Oh no! And so the Bandits. Let's see. Are they saying that he's down? Are they saying that he's down? Another bad snap though. This has just been awful. We got to figure out who's the other snap center that we got right now because this guy's not getting it done. I've seen more air I've seen more air from a bowling ball once it's already made contact with the ground and it's rolling than what I'm seeing on some of these snaps right here. Wow. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. We have 4 turnovers here by the Stallions. Tampa has not turned it over once. Tampa's just been struggling offensively to move the ball. But man, like you cannot just consistently have terrible snaps. I've seen about a good 5, 6, 7 terrible snaps today. You cannot have this happen here if you're the Stallions. You're basically going to be in the playoffs next week. You cannot be having these issues. Meanwhile, Jordan, play fake. And now he connects there with the receiver there. I believe that's to be the other tight end there. And that's going to be a first down there. And so now for the Bandits here. Now the offense is waking up right now. They're starting to connect on these passes. All it took was that last touchdown pass to wake up this offense here. And if you give them some time, you get that. And you see he had the guy that was going across the middle there, hit him for the completion. And so now we got a first down for the Bandits. So here we go. First and 10 for Tampa Bay. Ball at about the 44-yard line. Jordan Tayamu throws a quick pass there to the receiver and goes out of bounds after picking up a couple yards there. Let's see what they mark him out at. Second down coming up. 2nd and 8. So they gave him 2 yards on that one. Here in the third quarter with about 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Tampa Bay trailing 14-6. It was 14-0, but Tampa Bay scored their last time out there. They went for 2. Let's just say to be nice, they did not get it. And then they went for the onside make it take it play that they tried to run, but that didn't work either. But here they go with the football here and an opportunity to try to see if they can maybe tie things up or at least make this deficit even shorter than it already is. And so Jordan connects again with Dylan. Jordan to Dylan. It has been there. I've seen Dylan getting open in this game, but Jordan is finally able to connect it to him a couple times here. So right now, Tampa Bay, a team that's got nothing to play for right now other than just the satisfaction of being able to say, hey, we beat the top team in our division. That is what they're playing for, pride. And right now, Dylan, 3 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. So he's waking up in this one. But here we go. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Defense showing pressure. They're going to hand it to the back off the left side there. Cuts up. Still running. Has the first down. Falls forward. Takes it all the way to about the 25-yard line. So right now, Tampa Bay having their best quarter of the day offensively speaking. And all these turnovers that the Stallions have had, at some point it's going to add up at some point. You cannot continuously let the other team get it. And it's not even the quarterback's fault there. The center, the low snaps there for the Birmingham, I mean, they've got to figure this out offensively. But right now they need the defense to come up big there and slow down Tampa Bay right now because Tampa Bay finally waking up in this one. So it looks like we had a timeout call there. Again, we're here in the third quarter with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Stallions leading 14-6 right now. And let's see where are we at right now. And so Braden says, how bad are your legs shaking, JB? And so, hey, scale 1 to 10 right now, it's about a 7 right now. If they get into the end zone, it's going to get really bad, though. It's going to get really bad. Braden said, there's another bad snap. Allen says, Bandits been like Dallas now. And Allen says, I mean, Stallions been looking like Dallas, my bad. And so we got you there, Allen. We got you. And so, but right now, the offense right now for Tampa Bay, they've finally arrived here in the second half. Takes the snap out the shotgun. Offensive line, giving them time. Going to go deep to the right side there. And it is a 50-50 ball picked off by the defensive back. Let's go. Let's go, Stallions, with the pick in the end zone. How about that? A play that the defense desperately needed to make. Give this defense some credit other than just one bad play that was made earlier. Wait a second. I see a penalty here that was late, but I don't think it should have impacted the play there. But still, what a tremendous play by the defensive back. They literally threw up a jump ball there, and the DB went up there. He had great positioning and picked that one off. Here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. Let's see what this penalty is real quick. Let's see what it is. You look at the replay there, and that time the defensive back there turned his head around, Got the great positioning, great position. I feel like honestly, quarterback should have put a little bit more on that one there to give his receiver a better chance to take advantage of the positioning that he had. But great job by Haynes there. Let's see that replay one more time. But right now, as they are watching the replay right now, now is the perfect time to make sure, if you have not done so already, that you go ahead and press that like button here. And if you haven't already as well, subscribe to the channel also here. As obviously next weekend, we're talking playoffs, guys. Playoffs here at the USFL. And so obviously in addition to that, I do cover sport news and stuff like that as well. Whether we're talking NFL, NBA, all that great stuff. And so definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. All right, so here we go. Shotgun formation here for the Stallions. They're going to hand it to the back. Bo Scarborough up the middle. And Bo knows how to get some yards here, and he picks up about 12 yards on the play here and a first down. Fresh new set of downs here for the Stallions. Taking it to the 20. And so now we'll see what they call here on first down. But again, that was a huge play there by the defensive back to be able to get that pick. Great positioning there. And so staying with the receiver and knowing when to turn your head around and locate the football. All right, here we go. Takes the snap out of the shotgun there. Hands it to the back and gets back to the line of scrimmage there. So obviously for the Stallions here, the snap has been so critical to this game. I mean, have not seen a game in a minute where it's just been such bad, like snaps in this game. But this game has just been some horrible snaps here. And so we'll see if Birmingham can start protecting the football. But they're going to have to. They're going to have to. As for Jordan Tamu, that's his 7th pick in the last 4 games, which leads the USFL when it comes to turnovers by a quarterback with picks. All right, but here we go, guys. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers towards the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Going to take the snap there. 4 guys, the defense center, the defensive line, and the quarterback throws the ball a little too short there for his receiver. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up. So 3rd and 10 coming up here for McGough. Can he convert here? He's 12 of 9 in the game for 168 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. All right, so right now they are interviewing DeMar Crease on the sideline. On the 3rd and 10, shotgun formation here. 4 receivers on the play, 1 running back. Takes the snap. Bandits sending 4 guys to bring pressure. McGough steps up, throws it, and it is incomplete. His receiver tried to come back to it, fell to the ground there. Defensive back tried to get a hand on it, but ultimately incomplete. 4th down coming up. So 4th down coming up, and it's here in the 3rd quarter with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Again, Stallions leading right now 14-6. Meanwhile, I see that we are currently right now at 8 thumbs up here, so let's see if we can get to 15 thumbs up when it's all said and done. Meanwhile, the Stallions, they're going to punt the ball here. See if we get a return here. We will. All right, so he's got it at about the 30. Cuts up at the 40, still running. At the 50, 40, 30. This is going to be all the way. I don't see a penalty in sight. Somehow, some way, Mr. Davis for Tampa Bay took it all the way. And so Rashard Davis, he will get credit there for that touchdown return on the punt. And I am looking like, what in the world is happening right now with the Stallions at this point of the season? Are we witnessing this team with the tires falling off right now? A team in Tampa Bay that all year long they've been up, down, up, down, up, down. And so fresh off a loss here for Tampa Bay and the Stallions here, it is Tampa Bay right now that has just scored. They're going to probably opt to go for 2 here to try to tie this up. But man, what a punt return that was. And I'm looking at special teams like, how did you let that happen? How did you let that happen? Wow. This is stunning right now. Todd Haley, he loves that. He absolutely loves that. All right, 2-point attempt here for the Bandits. Guy goes in motion, takes a snap, feels the pressure, throws it, and it is incomplete there. Incomplete. So for the moment, anyways, Birmingham maintains the lead 14 to 12, but Tampa Bay has scored 2 touchdowns in this quarter. And so it has been all Tampa Bay here in the third quarter. So wow. Wow. But what a game so far in this one. Stallions up 14 to 12, but Tampa Bay, they are finally getting things going here. They're scoring, regardless of how they're scoring. Offense, special teams, and the way that their defense is generating turnovers, would not be surprised if they scored defensively as well. Again, this is Tampa Bay's final game of the season here, and they want to go out with a bang. Again, we are still in the third quarter with 54 seconds remaining here. So just 54 seconds here left in the third quarter, and Tampa Bay trailing 14 to 12. But right now, if you're Tampa Bay, you got to be feeling much better now. You got to be feeling much better than what you were feeling at halftime. And so now we're getting ready to see the kickoff here shortly. All right, getting ready for the kickoff here, and so we'll see what the Stallions can do here on special teams for this, if they'll actually return this kick. All right, so the kickoff is on the way. We're going to get a kick return here for the Stallions. He's at the 20. And so he makes one guy miss, 25-30. Still on his feet here at the 40. Still running at the 50 here before he's slung down at about the 49-yard line into Tampa Bay territory. I thought we were about to see lightning strike twice here, this time for the Stallions here on the return here. But great field position there on that one. I feel like if he could have got past that last guy there, he could have taken it to the house here. So special teams really impacting this game now here in the third quarter. I don't know how he broke that tackle, though. I mean, there was literally 4 guys around him, and then there were none, just like that. Again, that was Bowden Jr. there on the return. Now we've got 42 seconds left to work with here in the third quarter. McGough still in there, quarterback Marable. He is the running back here. Line up in the shotgun here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Going to take the snap there. Hands to the back. The back up the middle. Still running. Finding space still on his feet before he goes out of bounds at about the Tampa Bay 30-yard line. So excellent run there by Marable, the running back there. Got to give the offensive line credit on that one. And the running back saw the lane there, and once he got through, hey, he knew what to do with the rest of it. And so right now, if they wanted to, they don't have to run another play. They do not have to run another play here in the third quarter if they do not want to. We'll see if they opt to. It looks like they're going to go ahead and let this one run out. And so that's going to be it. At the end of the third quarter, the Stallions lead 14 to 12. And they have the ball at Tampa Bay's 30-yard line. And right now we're currently at the commercial because it is the end of the third quarter right now. And so just to recap what's been taking place so far, let us start with the Tampa Bay Bandits. And so far in this one, Jordan Ta'amu 11-19 out there, 176 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then you have White. Mike White, he's 4 of 7 out there passing, 25 yards. In this one, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing the ball wise, as a team, 10 carries for 28 yards. 17 of those yards came by running back Mentor, and 10 came by running back Edmonds there. Jordan Ta'amu has 1 carry for 3 yards in this one as well. Receiving wise, Dylan, 3 catches, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. DeBois, he's got 3 catches for 32 yards here. Hampton's 2 catches for 25 yards here. And then plus, of course, for Tampa Bay, you had the punt return as well that resulted in a touchdown there. So very good game so far in this one. Meanwhile, for the Stallions here, McGough 12 of 20, 167 yards passing, one touchdown, one interception. Smith 3 of 8, 72 yards passing, no touchdowns but one pick. Rushing the ball wise, 21 carries for 85 yards as a team. Bo Scarborough, he's got you 9 carries for 38 yards for the Stallions. McGough, he's got 7 carries for 25 yards. And Marable, he's got you 5 carries for 22 yards here in this one. Receiving wise, you've got Surratt with 3 catches for 60 yards. Hardy's got you 2 catches for 37 yards. Marable, he's got you 3 catches for 32 yards out the backfield. Williams got 3 catches for 30 yards as well in this one. And again, right now we're currently still at the commercial, but we got 1 quarter left to figure this out. Will the Stallions get back in the win category? You certainly don't want to go into a playoff in a 2-game losing streak when you started off 8. No, you don't want that to happen. But for Tampa Bay, this could be just a nice ending to the season. I mean, pretty much they're 4-5, and they've shown a consistent pattern of win, lose, win, lose. So we'll see if they keep that going. All right, so we're going to return here. And as you can see, first quarter, nobody scored. Second quarter belonged to Birmingham. Third quarter belonged to Tampa Bay. Who will win the fourth quarter? Ultimately, that's probably who's going to win this game. Stallions take the snap out the shotgun. Gonna fake it to the back, and the quarterback, he likes to keep it. He has a tendency where he keeps it himself. And sometimes I feel like he'll get more yards if he just goes ahead and hand it to the running back sometimes. But we got second down coming up, 2nd and 9. Guys being broken apart here. Again, we're now in the fourth quarter now with about 14 minutes and 35 seconds to go. So McGough right now, he's in the shotgun, but they're going to go 5 wide here. 5 wide, got the running back lined up in the slot. Takes the snap there, he's looking. Feels the pressure. Got to do something here. They're going to bring him down here for a sack. And so he's brought down for a sack. Lost about a good 2-3 yards here. And so he is frustrated right now. But 3rd and 11 coming up. He is frustrated. Yeah, that's a pass you got to make. That's a pass you got to make. Running back wide open. You had plenty of time to make that pass. You have to understand, 5 wide, you're not going to have all day. I get that you feel that that was the face mask there, but that ball should have been thrown already. That's a pass that should have been thrown already. So 3rd and 11, 0 here on a shot clock, on the play clock, but they let it slide. Throws it to the back, and it's a completion, but he's still short. Still short. The play before that, though, I mean, Murabel was wide open, guys. He was wide open, and McGough just didn't throw it to him. That's on him. That's on him. He held the ball too long in that situation there. It's your job to get the ball out quickly as soon as the guy gets open, and he was open. Ooh, a huge penalty right there against the defense there to extend the drive there. Unsportsmanlike is called. Ooh. And Todd Haley just looks at that play in pure disgust right now. And so, Linda, how are you doing? How are you doing? And you say they are playing like they are sleeping. And so, right? Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? But here we go. Stallions with it out of the shotgun. Gonna hand it to the back up the middle. And so Marable finds a way to power it into the end zone there for the touchdown. So that's going to be touchdown CJ Marable and the Stallions here. And so that puts the score 20-12 right now, 8-point lead. If they can get a PAT, this will make it a two-score game. Let's see if that's the case. But hey, appreciate you for coming through, Linda. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. And so that time, though, running back decided that he was not going to go down here. And so, I mean, I don't know what that defensive back that just jumped in the air, what he was doing on that one, but that's a touchdown for the Stallions. And so that's how you respond right there. Third quarter belonged to Tampa Bay, but it looks like fourth quarter, Stallions trying to get back on track here. But let's see if they get the PAT attempt. Big extra point here. Difference between 21-12 and 20-12. Kick on the way, and it is good. So it's 21-12 right now is our score here in the fourth quarter with 13 minutes left to go. And so we're about to hit the commercial, but right now Birmingham's up 21-12 after that last touchdown run on that play there. And so ultimately that drive was extended thanks to a penalty by Tampa Bay, which allowed Birmingham to get a fresh new set of downs. Otherwise, would have been fourth down, and they probably would have had to opt for maybe a field goal. But that penalty certainly did hurt Tampa Bay at the end of the day, giving up a touchdown at this point of the season here. But hey, there's still 13 minutes left. Still plenty of time here. Let's see how this plays out. But right now, we're currently at the commercial right now. And just to recap what's taking place so far in this one for the Stallions. So McGough 13-21 passing out there, 174 yards through the air, one touchdown, one interception. He's also got you 8 carries for 26 yards in this one and a rushing touchdown himself. Speaking of rushing touchdown, Marable, he's got you 6 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. Bo Scarborough's got you 9 carries for 38 yards in this one as well. So a nice balanced attack here as a team. 23 carries for 98 yards so far in this one. So a good balanced attack here. And then you look at the opponent here, the Bandits. What have the Bandits done so far in this one? Well, Jordan Teamu, 11-19 out there passing for 176 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's also got just 1 rush attempt for 3 yards. And I feel like for Jordan, he typically gets you more on the ground as well in this game. They really depend on him to also bring more balance to that ground game as well. But obviously, today that has not been the case there for the Bandits. And so, because I mean, the pressure has been there. Every time he looks there, a lot of pressure there. But hey, this is a game right here for Tampa Bay in which if they were able to actually go out there and just do the little things right in this one, this score could be completely different because the Stallions have been turning the ball over left and right and giving them opportunities to stay in this game here. But we'll see what Tampa Bay does here coming back from the commercial. This is an opportunity here for the Bandits. They're going to have to come down here and score something. Whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown, score something here. You don't want to get the ball back to the Stallions right now, down 2 scores. All right, but here we go, guys. Fourth quarter again with 13 minutes to go. And the Stallions are going to be kicking things off here. They're up 21-12. And let's see, old man says, I'm back, JB. People don't know how to leave my nephews alone. I'm going to assume that, well, nephews only. I mean, nephews alone. But here you go. And so Tampa Bay with it. They're running and takes it all the way to about the, well, he's still up. Brought down at about the 37-yard line of Tampa Bay. So some pretty good kick returns that we've seen as of late. Special teams has definitely kicked it into another gear to make up for what we've been lacking for the good part offensively for some of these teams. But yeah, old man, glad to have you back here, and hopefully things are better now. Let's see, old man says, yeah, phone messing up again. And so, gotcha. All right, so here we go, guys. Again, fourth quarter, 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Takes a snap out of the shotgun, fakes it to the back, throws it. The ball's deflected, and that's going to be incomplete. It's not the first time we've seen a pass get deflected today, but right now, Jordan Tayamu, he's got to use his legs more, I feel like. They got to get him on the run. If he has an opportunity to scramble, that'll help as well. But this is someone that you usually can account for to go out there and get you a good amount of yards on the ground. But right now, he's just got 3 yards to his name on the ground. And so we'll see what Tampa Bay does here, but they usually rely on him to use his legs a lot to create plays. All right, here we go. Shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back this time. The back finds a hole. Still running. Look at him, and he spins, and he's brought down at about the 47-yard line of Birmingham. So a big-time run on that carry there for Tampa Bay. All right, so here we go, guys. Shotgun here. 3 wide receivers and a running back. Gonna fake the ball to the back. Quarterback kept it, but no one was full there. Brought down, and so Jordan Tayamu just cannot get things going on the ground here. 12 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, the score right now is the Stallions lead this one 21-12. But the Bandits here with the football right now trying to make something happen. All right, so here we go. Can line up in the shotgun here. Receiver goes in motion. Takes a snap. Was a high snap. Faked it to the back. Looking. Throws it. And it is incomplete, but almost picked off. Almost picked off there. And so he threw it right to the defensive back there. He was in great position, but ball just went through his hand. Yeah, that time it just wasn't open. It just wasn't open. So we got 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Another high snap. And so now he's forced to have to try to do some crazy stuff. So he's going to scramble. Gets the first down. What started off as a bad play, he turns it into a good play somehow, but that's not how you want to do it. That is not how you want to do it. You take a look, and so once again, the snap completely high. I mean, he had to tip it to the ground and pick it up off the ground and then try to scramble for his life back there. And luckily for him, there was no linebackers in that middle area, so he was able to scramble and pick up a first down. It's not how you draw it up at all. Will they take it? Yes, but this is not how they want to execute it. Take the snap there, throws a quick pass there to the receiver, and the receiver picks up a few yards on that one, lowers his shoulder, picks up about 3 yards in the play. Second half coming up. Again, we're still in the fourth quarter here with about 10 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the game. All right, so 2nd and 6 coming up. Last quarter here for Tampa Bay. Can they go out here with something magical? Lines up in a shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Takes the snap. Looking. Gonna go deep with it, and it is incomplete. Defensive back got it. Was in great position. Put a hand on it. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 6 coming up. Yeah, that time the defensive back went up there and located the football, made the play on the football. All right, so we got 3rd and 6 coming up here. Again, fourth quarter with 9 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Right now, they got 3 seconds right now on the play clock. Need to go ahead and snap the ball. Takes the snap. Hands it to the back. In the back, he's going to be brought down in the backfield here. Lost about a good 5 yards on the play. So right now, all that does is continue to keep the clock ticking right now. in which Tampa Bay has shown in this game right here that they have no hesitation when it comes to going for it here. Today they've been 0 for 4 going for it on fourth down. Let's see, can they get a clean snap here? And can they convert on fourth down? Receiver goes in motion. Trips towards the top of the formation, takes a snap. Defense sending 4 guys on the line. Jordan throws it, and it is caught there by the big tight end. Can he get the first? Yeah, I think he's got enough of the first. I think he's got enough of the first. Okay, he's definitely got enough of the first. Now, they're still pushing him forward here all the way to the 20-yard line. That's just a pure effort play right there as a team to continue to push him forward. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. So if Tampa Bay can find a way to get into the end zone here and score a touchdown, it was a big conversion, by the way, on fourth down here. So Birmingham, you had an opportunity to get a stop here. That didn't work. So we'll see how this plays out, though. But now they've got it within the 20 here. And so let's see. Braden says, how bad your leg's shaking now? So I say 1 to 10. Give it about a 4 right now. Give it about a 4. And so throws it across the middle, and it is caught there by the receiver, who takes it all the way to the 1 yard line. That's about 1.5 yards away from the end zone right there. And so now Tampa Bay knocking on the door here. They can capitalize and get into the end zone again. You got to make sure you get a clean snap, no penalties and stuff. But if they can punch into the end zone here, wow, we've got ourselves quite the ending to this game, guys. Here he goes. Takes the snap there, hands it to the back. Trying to get there. He's short. Again, you see a linebacker with his helmet off there. He's looking around for a penalty. Not going to find it here. Second down coming up, second and goal. Great job by the defense getting that stop there on first down. All right, so here we go. You're going to line up in a shotgun here. Trips towards top of the formation here. Washington is the running back. Takes the snap there. Fakes it to the back. Throws a quick pass there to the tight end. And that's going to be a walk-in touchdown. That's right, a walk-in touchdown for the Bandits here. And so Daquan Hampton leaving it all out there on the field with that celebration right there. And so gets the touchdown. So it's 21 to 18. And so now we've got ourselves quite the game here. As of like mid-third quarter here, these two teams have started scoring here. So what a game we've got going back and forth now. At first, it was purely defense. Then special teams joined. Now the offense is here at the party. And let's see, they're going to go for 2 here. They're going to go for a 3-point attempt here. That's right, I forget they have 3-point attempts here in the USFL. And so they're going to go for the 3-point attempt here. Let's see if they can get it. If they get this, it'll be all tied up. Takes a snap. Quarterback steps up. And he's going to try to scramble? No. He throws it on the run to a guy that's wide open, but he could not get a foot down. Dylan. He went from being a hero potentially to just not being aware of how close he was to the sideline. That's on the receiver right there. It was a great play. I like what Jordan did that time there in terms of moving, running, and he had the guy open, but quite frankly, he just went a little too far back. And oh, they put that foot out of bounds there. The difference between a tie ball game and being down by 3. And so right now the score, Stallions 21, Bandits 18 here in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Jordan so far in this one, Jordan Ta'amu, he is 15 of 26 passing, 213 yards through the air, averaging about 8.2 yards completion. Got you 2 passing touchdowns and 1 pick so far in this one. And then you look at the team on the ground, they're 15 of 38 for the Bandits on the ground, so 38 yards rushing. Dylan, 3 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown so far in this one. Other touchdown went to Hampton, tight end, 3 catches for 26 yards receiving. Let's see. All right, so let's see. So Linda says, now this is what I've been waiting for all day long. And so I agree with you 1,000% here. This is what I was hoping for. So early on, especially at the end of the first quarter when it was 0-0, I was like, hopefully the second quarter was better. Then Birmingham jumped out to a 14-0 lead, leading into the half, and so I was starting to think, okay, this might become one side, especially the way the Bandits are playing. But somewhere in the third quarter, I mean, when Jordan Tayamu hit that pass to Dylan, and Dylan bobbled it about 5 times, but was able to catch it, and they scored a touchdown. I was like, okay. And then they had the punt return for the touchdown. And I was like, okay. Then Birmingham scored. Now they scored. Now we've got ourselves what we're looking for in this game right here. Could not think of a better way to end the season here. If you're a Tampa Bay here at home here, of course you want to try to win this game here and finish 5-5 all year long. It's been win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, let me know what team are you rooting for in this one, Linda. Let me know what team are you rooting for. And let's see, old man says, well, if the Bandits didn't go for the three before and this time, they would only be down one. And so, I mean, yeah, they definitely have been going for it and rolling the dice here. But, hey, they've been going for it on fourth down. They've been going for it for 2 points. Anytime they get an opportunity to go for it, they're just going to go for it here. They are going to go for it any chance they get. But it's 21-18 right now. Again, the Stallions lost last week, and so will it be two in a row? Will they go into the playoff in a two-game lose streak? We're going to find that out. But there's still 7 minutes and 17 seconds left to go, so plenty of football to be played in this one. Kickoff getting ready to be on the way. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. All right, so Wright's getting ready to kick things off here. He goes in motion here, and kickoff is on the way. All right, so we're going to get a return here by the Stallions. Let's see, 15. Running still, trying to make some guys miss. And he's not even going to get to the 20-yard line. Plus, there is a penalty here. He may ultimately regret coming out and trying to return this one. But there is a flag. Let's see the flag. So not only did he not get a lot of yards there, but they also got the holding call against them as well. That's going to back them up even further. And so we're going to get ready to see, though, what the Tampa Bay Bandits have in store here. I'm sorry, what the Stallions have in store here after that penalty. Again, the Bandits just scored there, so it's 21-18 here in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go. But let us see what Birmingham's going to do. Again, next week, we're going to have New Orleans Breakers versus the Birmingham Stallions at 8 o'clock next week. And so looking forward to that game. That's going to be a great one next week. Both games should be a very good one next week for the playoffs. Obviously, everything is on the line, so that's going to be exciting to watch, and I'm certainly looking forward to it next week. But here we go, shotgun here, but Goff takes a snap there, going to head to the back, and so Marable's the back. So he's off the left side there and picks up enough for the first down, looks like. So it takes it all the way to about the 18-yard line. That's a first down there for the Stallions. If I'm the Stallions here, keep picking up first downs, and if we can, in the process, melt some clock as well, let's do that also. But ultimately, you need to score right now, because Tampa Bay, they've definitely scored 18 points here in the second half, and so you want to make sure that if you are the Stallions that you come away with some points here. Old man says the Breaker's going to win. I can imagine that old man's going to put some money on that one. That is not a game that I would want to be taking a bet against the Breakers in that one. The way that the Stallions have been playing, I feel like they're vulnerable. They are beatable at this point. Quick pass goes to the receiver and picks up about a good 9 yards. Let's see, Leonard says, I am hoping Tampa Bay makes this a good game. And so, okay, just want to see a good game there to the final moment. Certainly understand that. Certainly understand that. All right, but here we go, guys. 2nd and 1 coming up. We got just 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. And so let me know who you guys have winning this one. Do you think the Stallions are going to hold on and win this one? Do you think that the Bandits are going to find a way for their last game of the season to come away and win this one? Let me know, guys, what you're thinking. Stallions take the snap here. And so McGough's going to keep it. He's running. He's at the 35, slides at the 35 there, but picked up the first. So 1st and 10. And if you guys want to see it go to overtime, remember to put JBOT in the chat. And so I don't think I've seen an overtime game yet in USFL, so will we get one now? And let's see. Allen says, if it's me, run the ball and get the first. downs. Okay, okay, bet. And let's see. Shane 411. What's good with you, Shane? What's good with you? And you say you put money on the Bandits, and so Shane's got a lot to root for right now when it comes to the Bandits here. But hey, this is not the worst position to be in right now. They hand the ball off to Marable. He's going to pick up about a good 2 yards here. But yeah, Shane, appreciate you for coming through, and I hope that you are doing well. How are you doing? Old man says, you already know I got 75 on them, but Breakers have to win by 4+ points for me to win. And so, okay, more than 4 points. Okay, okay. I feel like that's feasible. That's feasible. I could see a potential scenario for it. A potential scenario. I could see that potentially being the case. Especially if they come out turning the ball the way they did today. Yeah, the Breakers definitely make sure that they take advantage of that. All right, but here we go, guys. 2nd and 7 right now. 2 seconds on the play clock. McGough takes a snap here. Going to hand it to the back right up the middle there. And for a second there, I thought that nobody was going to get a hand on him. But luckily, the linebacker was able to get a hand on him. Otherwise, he'd probably still be running at this very second. But that is a fresh new set of downs here. First down. And that's Brooke James with the carry here. 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And so right now the clock is very important if you're Tampa Bay. Each time you give them a first down here, you just give them more and more time that they can take off. 2 seconds here on the play clock. Take the snap here. Faked it to the back, threw it to the receiver, and the receiver dropped that one incomplete. Even if he caught it, they'd have lost yards there. So now you got 2nd and 10 coming up here. That stops the clock. And again, Birmingham up right now 21-18. Let's see, old man says, yeah, my uncle and his friends are tired of me taking their money. And so you just happen to know when the right time is to take a chance on the team. Like, I feel like that's honestly a good bet next week, honestly. Here we go. Running back goes in motion here. Quarterback looking. Throws it. And, ooh, ball. Was it picked up? No, incomplete. Incomplete. He was aiming for Williams there. Ball went off of his hand there. Got to be careful there. That could have been a turnover there. But it is third down coming up here. Third down coming up, a critical third down here. If you're the Stallions here, you want to get that fresh new set of downs here and get that first down here. That's more time you run off the clock, and of course you want to try to score. But if you're Tampa Bay, you want to get this defensive stop here. Your offense, they've been looking great as of late. You want to leave yourself plenty of time so you can go ahead and utilize your entire playbook and do what's been getting you the points here in the second half. But here we go, guys. 3rd and 10 out of the shotgun. McGough takes a snap here. Steps up to avoid the rush. Looking, throws it to the left side there, and it's dropped. It is dropped. I don't know how you call yourself a wide receiver, get wide open, and then you just drop the ball like that. It looked like the ball bit him on the hand, honestly. He just dropped that one. That's 1,000% the receiver fault on that one. McGough did his job. He stepped up, gave him time. Honestly, he probably could have scrambled there, but he had faith in his receiver, threw it to him. Great pass there. Come on, man. There are people that are in Pee Wee football right now that could have made that catch. Ball hit him dead in the hands. Stallions now punt the ball. Again, Tampa Bay did run back a punt earlier, but this will not be the case here. So the ball bounces inside the 10. So a great punt right there by Wide Man, taking it within the 10 there. And so the Bandits will take over 1st and 10 from their own 10 here in the fourth quarter with about 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. So now it comes down to Jordan. Can Jordan Ta'amu lead this team? Both teams with all 3 timeouts right now, and so this is very critical here. This Tampa Bay offense versus this Birmingham defense. I expect Birmingham to come out here and try to apply a lot of pressure. How do you throw Jordan Ta'amu off? Get pressure in his face, get him down there for the sack, and that's how you try to go after him. But we'll see how this goes. Allen says Butterfingers, and so absolutely. Absolutely. You look at that so far in this one, Birmingham for 388 yards total in this one, but Tampa Bay, most of their yards have came in the second half. Let's see if Jordan can keep it going, guys. Here in a shotgun formation here, 3 wide receivers, tight end, and a running back. Jordan gets the snap here, and he's going to hand it to the back off the right side there. Still running, and he goes out of bounds, but I think he picked up enough for the first down. Trucked the cameraman in the process on that one, but gets the first down. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go. The clock is still running, though. But again, both teams with all three timeouts, and they are down by 3 points right now. So if you're Tampa Bay, ideally, the best case scenario, you end up scoring a touchdown and leaving Birmingham with as little time as possible, if you can. Shane said, how Tampa get the ball? Yeah, so basically Birmingham punt the ball. Birmingham punt the ball because their quarterback threw the ball, but the receiver dropped it on third down. He was wide open. He dropped it. So they ended up punting the ball inside the 10. So that is how Tampa Bay ended up getting the ball. And so Shane says, you were gone. It's all good. It's all good. That's what I'm here for. Most definitely, Shane. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, they ended up punting the ball because on third down, the receiver just dropped the wide open pass. But that time, Jordan threw the ball there, and the defensive end was able to get a handout and tip it. There's been quite a few tip passes in this one. So great job by the defensive end on that one. And let's see, Shane says, oh, okay, so yeah, bet. But here we go, shotgun formation here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes a snap, looking, defense sending pressure. Jordan running, looking, heaves it just to throw the ball away. But there is a penalty, and let's see if they call someone for holding here. You'd have to think the amount of guys that Birmingham sent on that play. Will this be a holding call or maybe on the defense? Let's see. It is a hold, but it's on the defense there. So a big penalty right there against the Stallions there, and that is going to gift them with a first down. So if there's one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to gift anybody with a first down here, but that's exactly what the Stallions did here. So yeah, I'm starting to get nervous about my team. Shane says, please win Tampa. Shane says he put money on this game, so he needs to see Tampa win. Can Tampa do it for him? Let me know in the comment, guys, who you guys have winning this one, who you want to see win this one. And again, if you think it's going to go to overtime, go ahead and start the whole JBOT in the chat. But here we go, quick pass to the tight end. O'Grady right now. So Jordan, he's getting the ball out quicker. That's good. Second down coming up. 2 minutes and 5 seconds coming up here. Again, Tampa Bay down 21-18, so a 3-point game right now. Field goal can certainly tie, but they're thinking touchdown. They're not thinking field goal. They're thinking touchdown right now. They want to win it. All right, but here we go. 2 minutes left to go here in this one. Again, both teams with all three timeouts here. 2 minutes left to go here. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to making the plays that matter. The offensive line giving them that extra second or two that can make the difference. Receivers catching passes they're supposed to. Defensive backs, you get your hand on the football, you got to make the big play here. We'll see how this plays out, but right now, man, Tampa Bay, they got off to a slow start, but once they started scoring in the third quarter, Tampa Bay find themselves just down by 3 points right now, and they have a chance to take the lead for the first time in this game if they can put it together here on this drive. Can they make it happen? 2-minute warning right now, both teams, all three timeouts. All three timeouts. Will we see the Stallions fall on their face 2 times in a row, or can they rebound here? Heading into the playoffs, me as a Stallion fan here, I want to see them come through here. But Tampa Bay, they've shown all season long, when they win, they lose. But when they lose, they come back and they win. And so being at home here, can they come out and finish at 500, which pretty much would describe the type of season that Tampa Bay has been this season. They've been an up-down kind of team, and this is one of their up games right now. So let's see, can they beat the Stallions here, or will the Stallions find a way to hold on? But there's 2 minutes left to go in this one. But again, right now we're currently at the commercial because we just hit the 2-minute warning not that long ago. But do make sure you guys press the thumbs up button if you haven't already, and also consider subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And do let us know in the chat which team you're rooting for. And if either of these teams is not your team, you got a different team, let me know who your favorite team is in the USFL, and also what team you think is going to win the championship when it's all said and done for the USFL. All right, but we're getting ready to return back to the action here. The most important point of the game here, the last 2 minutes here. Who is going to win? The Stallions. They have turned the ball over. We've seen some nasty snaps in this one. We've seen some drop passes here. We've seen some real mistakes, but ultimately, none of that matters. What matters now is what takes place the final 2 minutes of the game. But here we go, 2nd and 3 right now. Jordan Teamu in the shotgun. 3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Takes the snap, looking. Gonna go deep towards the right side. Oh, it's incomplete. For a second, I thought it was going to be caught, but then I saw the safety come over, and I thought he was going to get the pick, but he ultimately did not. Let me see the replay here and see what happened on this one. He came across, read that one, and just could not pick it off there. That's a play that you have to make. Dive, knock your own teammate over if you got to. Do whatever it takes to make the play, but that's a play you got to make. You had two hands on the ball, Robinson. You got to make that play. Let's see. Shane says I'm more of an NFL guy, and so most definitely, most definitely. You say just subbed. Appreciate that, Shane. Appreciate that. You're the real MVP. Here we go. 3rd and 3. Takes the snap. Defense sending pressure. Jordan throws it across the middle. Incomplete. But yeah, basically on this channel, I cover NFL. NFL is probably a good 80% of what I mostly cover. I mean, that's my passion. But I love NFL. I cover some college football as well, mostly when it comes to live streaming that. NFL, you'll get news and live streams. College football, you'll get live streams. College basketball, you'll get the tournaments, whether we're talking conference tournaments, whether we're talking NCAA March Madness. And then the NBA, I just cover the playoffs when it comes to the NBA and stuff like that. That's generally the pattern that I have going so far. I also cover NBA news during the offseason when it comes to basketball as well. But here we go. Jordan takes a snap here, feels the pressure. He's going to scramble, and man, does he have a lane. He's running, still running all the way to about the 47-yard line of Birmingham there. What a clutch 4th down play there by Jordan Taylor. I said earlier in the game when he had like just 3 yards rushing, I said they rely on this man to make some plays, and if they're going to win this game, he's got to find a way to make a play with his legs, and that time he did just that. The defense sent the blitz, but he found the gap, and he was able to get there and made a great play. That time the snap wasn't perfect, but Jordan was able to still get it and run. But here we go. 1:41 left to go here. Out of the shotgun, takes a snap, quick pass there to the receiver. He catches it. That's Dylan. Dylan, he's been huge in this one as well. He's going to pick up about a good 5 yards in the play. We got 2nd and 5 coming up here with 1:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. So right now, again, both teams with all 3 timeouts right now. So if you're Tampa Bay, you know you have all 3 timeouts right now. So in the back of your head here, you know that it's not the end of the road. You can keep doing more of what you're doing. But Shane, who's your favorite NFL team? Let me know who your favorite NFL team is. All right, here we go, guys. 2nd and 5. 1:10 left to go. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Defense has been trying to send at least 5 guys and bring pressure, but the pressure, Jordan's been able to evade it so far in this drive. Takes a snap here. Feels the pressure. He cuts outside. Still looking. Eyes still downfield. This time he just decides to throw it away. Smart decision on that one. So now we got 3rd and 5 coming up with just 53 seconds left to go. But again, both teams with all 3 timeouts right now. And so very critical 3rd down coming up here. Very critical 3rd down. Let's see what happens here. But right now, Jordan, he's doing a great job of eluding the pass rush here. I got to give him credit where credit is due here because the defense is sending a lot of guys after him because they want to bring him down for the sack. But they're doing a good job here of avoiding him on this drive especially. Again, just 53 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. All right, so right now, looks like 0 seconds on the play clock here, so they would have had to burn a timeout. And that they do their first timeout here. So they call a timeout here. Great call there. You did not need a penalty in this situation here. So you got 3rd and 5. This game has not had too many penalties, though. I will say that. It's been a pretty clean game for the most part here. But this is important here. This is where you draw up your best 3rd and 5 play here. Luckily for them, it's just 3rd and 5. We'll see how that plays out. But important 3rd down coming up here if you are Tampa Bay. Of course, this is 4 down territory, so even if you don't get it on 3rd down, you know you're going to go for it on 4th down. So you keep that in mind. You don't want to force a turnover if you are Tampa Bay. And again, a field goal would tie it. So it comes down to the confidence that you have in your kicker as well. Do you believe in him if it comes down to it when it comes to a field goal? But ultimately, you're thinking touchdown right now. You're not thinking field goal at all. You're thinking touchdown right now. So will we see another upset here and the Stallions fall short? Or will the Stallions defense make the play that matters most? Here we go, guys. So we got 3rd and 5 coming up right now. Out of the shotgun formation. Ball at about the 43-yard line. Takes a snap here. Defense sending pressure. Jordan feels the pressure, and this time they're going to get him for the sack. He tried to step up and scramble. There was nothing there. They got him for the sack. 45 seconds there on the clock. I'd imagine they call a timeout here. Try to stop the clock here as they're going to have to draw something up now. They're going to have to draw up a play here to get this 1st down. But that time, though, Jordan was looking great coverage there. As you can see on the replay there, he was looking for someone to be open there. Didn't see anybody, so he tried to scramble. Did not work. And so this is going to be huge here. 4th and 11 here. Tampa Bay. Season already. This is the final game here. Can you come up with a miracle play here on 4th and 11 and keep hopes alive of trying to win this one and finish at 500? It's all on the shoulder of Jordan Ta'amu here. He's going to have to make this count here. 4th and 11. I feel like he's gonna have to be on the move here, and if he finds a way to probably even scramble for the 12 yards, I think he's fully capable of it if he has the lane there. But let's see. Allen says, if not, game over. That's right. A lot is on this one right here because they've only got one timeout, so this is it. All right, so receiver goes in motion. Three receivers, one tight end, one running back. Out of the shotgun, takes a snap. Defense, sending pressure. Jordan has time, throws it across the middle, and it's incomplete. It is incomplete. No penalties. So that is it. That is the game. That is a wrap. And so the Stallions will get back in the win category. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it was a nice game. Nice effort in the second half there. But they're going to fall just shy of being able to convert and keep this game alive there. But man, this was one heck of a fourth quarter. And so for Tampa Bay, this was going to hurt there, but ultimately their season was already done. But man, this would have been nice if they could have gotten that. I feel like he went to the wrong guy on that route, honestly. I feel like if you try to go, I mean, that time, though, if a receiver had a chance, look at the replay, the receiver certainly had a chance to go get it. That's when you got to make that catch. He got a chance. Braden says, got to catch that ball. And so Gridiron says, good game. What's good with you, Gridiron? What's good with you? You say good game, man. So same to you, man. Same to you and your team. And so, unfortunately, Tampa Bay, this is the end of the road for them right now. But this is one heck of a game here. And so, meanwhile, Tampa Bay, they're going to call a timeout right now. And so, just to, stall this one out a little bit. But Birmingham is going to win this game 21-18. And so, next week, I will be streaming the USFL for the playoffs. And so, I'll probably end up streaming the Generals versus the Stallions. I'm thinking that's the route I'm going to go ahead and stream next week. And so that'll be 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time next week. And so Saturday. So I will be back for that one. But this game is a wrap. It is finalized. And so the Stallions find a way to win 21-18 on the road at Tampa Bay. But hats off to Tampa Bay. And so the season ends in disappointment for them. But it was a good game. It was a good game here. Got to make some changes for next season and come back better next season. Certainly a team that I certainly rooted for a good part of this season outside of my Stallions was Tampa Bay. They were a team that if they were not playing my Stallions, I did root for them a good bit. Let's see. Braden says, are you going to stream the NBA draft? And so I will probably most likely not be streaming the NBA draft. I probably will not be streaming the NBA draft there. And so I am actually making a career switch soon. And so I got to be preparing for some things for those job things around that time. But with that being said, though, I will cover the undrafted free agents and do some draft news in that regards. But probably not streaming the draft. And so let's see. Alan says, what you think about Vince of WWE about his $3 million affair? And so that was wild, man. That was wild, Alan. That was crazy. And so when I first saw that, I was like, wow, that was insane. That was insane there. But that was definitely a crazy situation right there. Definitely a crazy situation right there. But again, want to thank everybody for joining me here for this stream, guys. It has been great. It has been fun. It has been real, guys. And so just to recap what has taken place so far in this window. Of course, the Stallions, they ended up winning, and so we'll start with the Stallions. And so McGough, he came in there, and when he came in there, the offense, they had a spark in the second quarter, scoring 14 points in the second quarter, as soon as he came in there. And he finished 14 of 25, 183 yards passing, one touchdown, one interception. Smith was 3 of 8, no touchdowns, one interception. On the ground, they were 29 for 128 yards rushing. You had Marable, he had 47 yards rushing and a touchdown. Scarborough had 38 yards rushing, no touchdowns. And McGough, he also had 11 carries for 30 yards and one touchdown as well. And then Brooke James, he had a carry for 13 yards in this one as well. Meanwhile, for the Bandits, and let's see, Gridiron says, I'm glad our season is over. My Bandits got work to do. Gridiron says, good luck in the playoffs. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to need it. We made mistakes. Mistakes were made today by the Stallions. We're lucky that we came out of this with a victory, but we very easily could have lost this game. But we got to tighten up. We've got a lot of work to do. We cannot turn the ball over 4 or 5 times in a game and expect to win moving forward. We just cannot let that happen. You give a team like the Breakers that many opportunities, and they're going to break you. You cannot have that happen. And then the snaps from the center. We cannot have bad snaps like that. No, we cannot have those kind of snaps. So we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. I'm just going to chalk this one up to being the last game of the season, and everybody's just looking ahead to the playoffs here. But come playoff time, we got to be ready next week. That we do. And let's see. Old man says, good game and another great stream. JB, appreciate you, old man. Appreciate you. Braden says, okay, JB, see you next week. And so, yeah, see you guys next week. I might pop up another stream or two in between now and next week, just depending on, like how things play out throughout the week. But I might go ahead and pop up one more stream, maybe two more stream. It might be a gaming type of stream or something like that. So I might actually do another stream so we have something throughout the week. But with that being said, though, guys, appreciate you guys for coming through. You guys take care. And hey, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy early Father's Day.